Oda said in his notes that it's actually New Year's Eve and day because it's like 1 and 1.
Double finger.
Double finger.
And let's be honest, anytime you're getting 2 fingers, that's a holiday.
Wow.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Volume 1, the Anime and Manga Podcast, where we usually review the first volume of a brand new manga each week, but it's more Done Piece, baby! Woo! My name, of course, is Josh Ace Michaels, and today, as always, I am joined by...
Megan. I should have thought of this before.
Wow.
C-Cat Perrine.
C-Cat Perrine, and on the other side of the table... Who wants to go first?
Cody, Enter the Sandman Decker.
Perfect.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the return of...
Hi, Nolan, Mr. Prince Carrillo.
Oh, he did it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Today, we are covering One Piece yet again. It's the return of One Piece, the return of Nolan. And for the first time, we are covering Alabasta. This is going to be our part 1 video covering volumes 18, 19, and 20, chapters 155 through 185. I'm excited to talk to you guys about this huge arc.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan wants to address some things.
Oh, yeah.
From
some
the last episode.
housekeeping.
So, I made a grave mistake.
Okay, all right.
Last episode, I did. Because if I were to see that, I would also feel some type of way.
Attacked.
Not attacked. Just so much as not heard, and I hate that.
Wow.
I hate that because the One Piece anime, there's a good chunk of it that I thought was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
One of the best medias. It had some of the best music. It had the story itself, for a good chunk of it, was paced very well, and I didn't give that nuance to them. And I knew, and I felt so strongly about the beginning of One Piece, and for a good portion of it, and I decided just to focus on the manga because I just wanted to keep going.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and that's what we were doing. So. But it's also
you
just...
were their ambassador, dude.
Yeah, and I come on here and I don't give credit to where credit is due. And the voice cast, I think, is the best in anime. And I think the music is the best in anime. I don't think any other anime or voice cast comes fucking close. And
let them know, dude.
I feel very strongly about a good portion of the One Piece anime. And I say good portion because there's a decent amount of it that I just don't enjoy.
Well, later on is when the pacing
later
issues
on, yes,
occur.
Later on, of course, and I felt that way when I was just first watching the anime. Like, I didn't read the manga, and then I decided I didn't like the anime. Like, I genuinely believe the anime has many issues, but they do many moments so well, and they've been improving a lot lately, and I think that it will continue to do that for the rest of the series. So,
and Alabasta, you said too.
Alabasta
is that really got you into
is
it.
the anime arc that got me, where I looked at One Piece and I said, "This is probably my favorite anime, and it's probably one of my favorite things ever that I've ever seen."
You know what's funny? I have found that even saying that will get you no recourse from one.
I just had to put it out
What do
there.
You mean you had to find out later that you liked it?
Yeah.
How could you possibly need time?
I really liked it in
That's
East
not
Blue.
enough. You have to really love it.
But then
None
I
of this
loved
is
it.
enough. This won't save you.
But it's
You
like
loved
I
it
did love it
more than your mother.
No,
Oh, that's where he draws the line.
He said,
He said,
it's One
"Hell
Piece,
no."
and my mom are like,
Well,
right
if
here.
you were trying to avoid hate, even having them on the same scale, you're getting it
it's
in
the
the comments.
Hunter. It's the Hunter thing. It's like, who would you save, your mom or One Piece?
And the answer is you're supposed to
And
say,
there's never
I
an
don't know.
easy answer. There's never an easy answer for questions like that.
Yeah.
So,
You pass.
You pass.
but I just wanted to get that out there because this arc, I think, is very special to me in terms of the whole scope of One Piece, and it's very big, and there's a lot to talk about. So thank you for listening.
Absolutely, dude. I think everybody's excited to hear it. And you may or may not have also been under the influence of something.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was also high as hell, dog.
Did we just pass?
I was high as
Yeah,
hell.
we passed it. We're good.
We passed it.
I'm very excited. Before I go into it, Cody, how did you feel about this arc after coming off Drum Island, which was pretty good, and I think we all liked More than any arc that we had read thus far, how did you feel starting the Alabasta saga?
I expected Chopper to do more wear reindeer stuff. And then I think there were two highlights. And one was just the fact that the crocodile guy had a plaid shirt and I was like, oh, it's like crocodile skin. And then
didn't even notice that. I mean, I noticed other things, but
but not the plaid shirt.
No.
And then I liked that there was a moment that I wait for with a strong character, although it was kind of done in a typical battle shonen way. But I'm like, I like that it happened, but it was kind of the same way that these fights go down.
But did you find yourself liking it more than maybe Arlong Park or Syrup Village?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the Chopper one I still feel was a little better.
Okay.
And then this I liked the more action build up that was happening.
Yeah.
Where it really, if I didn't know that this series never ends, I'd be like, oh, it kind of feels like we're coming to a conclusion soon.
That's funny you say that.
Yeah, this is the
There's some,
beginning of
like,
a war.
But there's like certain like details that like this was originally when Oda first wrote it, this was going to be the last arc.
Oh, no way.
And that he planned up to a certain like point where Luffy beats one of the 7 warlords, and then he didn't really have anything after that.
And then
like he
here's the one.
yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna.
And then like it was something along those lines where like Alabasta was like one of the last planned arcs that he planned.
Wow.
So
And
you're
then his
saying,
edit, and then there's more people that told him like keep going, and he had more ideas, but the way it's funny you felt that way because this is literally planned to be like the last major.
so I'm just so in
Wow.
sync. With
Yes.
Oda.
I think honestly, if you and him sat down, I think he would blow your fucking mind off.
Blow my mind.
Whoa, what does that mean?
Yeah, maybe privately,
Candlelight?
maybe
Oh,
publicly.
privately,
I-
behind
over
a
a
curtain,
dinner.
over a dinner, after dinner, probably.
I've said I found his like questionnaire interview like more funny than some of the jokes in the manga.
Oh yeah, it's so charming. Like
Yeah.
his Oda's question.
I agree.
corner.
And that's one of those things that like I see it a lot in like a lot of writers where they're just naturally funnier than some of the characters they write.
Mhm.
I mean, dude, this arc had me busting up.
Oh yeah, there was a couple times I was like, ha ha.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like the
your
Simpsons,
manga
yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Megan, what did you think? How did you feel about this arc before we start going through all of it? Because I have some things. You came here to correct some stuff, and I came here to say some stuff that
Oh.
Word.
might go against some things that you came here to set straight.
That's
Megan?
dope.
I really liked seeing more of the like number. What do they called the people?
Like the
Baroque
billions.
agents.
Baroque Works.
Yes. I like seeing more. Like I love Merry Christmas. Like there's just so many like cool characters, cool designs. I mean, obviously it's One Piece, so it just gets more and more intense with that.
Sure.
But also love Chopper and Usopp. Like at the end, that's what made me want to keep reading. Like those couple panels of that fight, I was like, hell yeah. Anything Chopper. I'm so happy he's on the team now.
Yeah.
He's so
Anything
useful
he does,
too.
he's so useful and he's so down. And he's just like he's toughing it out. You know, he's still like he's just like a baby and he's amazing. I'm just
He's
so
also
happy.
Very capable. Very
Oh
strong.
yeah. Yeah, people don't give him credit. He's like, what can I do? And they're like, you can do that. But like he can do so much more.
Yeah.
Give him some more tasks.
Now, for me, Nolan, it's funny that you came here to correct some of your statements about the anime because I tried me and Megan went through and tried to watch some of the episodes leading up to this huge Alabasta arc. And there was a moment where we met Ace. And for me, when I read Alabasta for the very first time, like I felt like this is where the story really started to pick up. We're starting to learn more about Luffy and his family, or maybe his past and other people in his life outside of Shanks. And it just started to feel like more things were happening. And I started to really become invested. I wanted to see kind of what that looked like in the anime. And the pacing for the first couple of episodes when they're getting to Alabasta and they're going from district to district and they're shopping and they're moving around was the most poorly paced episode and couple of episodes. There was an episode.
Let me try something. I disagree.
Why? You watched it?
I think it was great.
Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, you're just trying.
Let me see how
I'll cut
this,
the no out.
Well, what I meant was no, as in you know it.
As in you know it. And so you're a huge fan of the anime.
Of course, I prefer the anime subs, but the dub is in I don't know.
I was there.
It was right there.
I know.
It was right.
What
I got the
happened?
languages confused. I was gonna say like, I watch it, and I was trying to remember what people hate if you listen to dubs or subs. And
Yeah, I
was
think
gonna
people hate the dub.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard Luffy's voice on the dub. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, the dub is bad, but the sub is pretty good. The
Yeah.
dub and the voice actors are pretty great. It's just that there's a whole episode of filler where, like, you know, and it makes Luffy in this arc at the very beginning. It makes him look way dumber than I think he is, and it does seem like, you know, someone getting his character wrong or misreading who he is as a character.
Let me play the devil fruits advocate.
Okay, all right. I hope you have something after that. That was good.
Because I definitely do.
Yeah.
Well, it's I don't know, build up. What about build up?
What about build up, dude? This whole
It's
episode.
mostly what I wanted to say.
I
the
know,
first
and
part.
I felt it, and
Oh
I felt
my
it. I
God.
felt it.
I felt it.
The episode just takes place and it takes place in the desert, and Luffy's lost, and it's a whole
Yeah.
episode about him, you know, and he finds a shack in the desert, and he you know, eats.
He's looking
food.
for a food place. Yeah. And it's just like, I mean, it's pretty much panel for panel. And then this just happens. And you're like, what?
And then it starts to go way off course,
Like
and
what?
then they kind of like almost in a way. And I know there are people who are fans of the anime, but compared to how it's portrayed in the manga, Ace's introduction is so much more badass and so much cooler in the manga than it is in the anime. In the anime, they, the gang, the Straw Hats, kind of meet him in this like shopping district before he has his encounter with Smoker in that restaurant, and it kind of gives away like who he is, and there isn't
That's weird.
that moment. So, you know, you came here to correct, you know, saying that there are great things about the anime, and I think the anime is great. But I do agree that the pacing
It's the biggest problem by far.
was like the voice actors, the animation holds up, the new ratio that Netflix, you know, created.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
You'd
But
think
the
for
pacing.
pirates they'd be better at paces.
Pretty good.
What?
You're just on it today.
Well, because they have maps and they're like,
Ah.
10
Like 10 paces
10
to the left.
paces to the
Ah.
yeah. So like if you're following a treasure map, you have to say like, okay, go this many paces, and so and then the pirates go like, yeah, your pacing's a little off, and the pirate goes like, arr.
Take it down a peg.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
Word,
All
word.
right.
To go
Woo,
through this.
sheesh.
We
Shit.
got a lot of
Where's my
volumes to
hat
go
cookie?
through. So maybe we should just start going through it. Does anybody else have anything to say before we start, you know, taking a stroll through Alabasta?
I mean,
I feel like there's a song where they say from Madrid to Alabasta, or
Maybe. I mean, One Piece has influenced a lot.
yeah,
it's like a classic.
It
rock
has.
song.
90s rock song.
Yeah, it's like a 90s.
Alabasta.
It's like
I
an
feel
ancient song.
From Madrid to Alabasta.
I mean,
I feel
wouldn't
like-
be surprised.
It sounds familiar, and I guess
I'm trying to think if there's any other places that sound like Alabasta.
Alabaster.
It might be Alabasta.
Alabaster, the name.
Albuquerque. Was it Albuquerque?
It was not Albuquerque.
It was Albuquerque.
I would know.
It was
no,
Albuquerque.
it was not Albuquerque.
Mm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I was so excited to meet this character, Ace, where the story picks up after we leave Drum Island. We got that little teaser that Ace was looking for Luffy.
Mhm.
Now we're on the merry-go. Everybody's back together. They're finally setting course. And Mr. 2, right? Mr. 2 Bon Clay
Bon
That
shows
fool.
up. Yeah,
Mhm.
that fool. What a
Clay.
what a maniac that guy.
I love that guy.
He really is.
I really love that
He's
guy.
chaotic.
Yeah,
I really love that man.
yeah. He kind of reminds me of maybe the devil from the Powerpuff Girls. You know what I mean? A little bit. You know,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
kind of
Him.
Oh,
Word.
with the body shape and
Him?
the outfit.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girl.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I like him. I hate him, but I like him.
That's the
the shape-shifting guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was where I was like, oh, that looks like a little creepy in the manga. And then I like saw like a shot of him from the anime. Like, oh wow, that looks a little more goofy now.
Goofy than creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just the anime, you're able to. It's just the expressions are just way more detailed
In the anime.
in the manga.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the anime doesn't like they do. That's like I said, like they do, but again, it's just comparing the two. It's hard because the One Piece manga is such a like a visionary, like from Oda. It's just like you can
Yeah.
tell it's like straight from his mind, like just straight onto the page,
And
and
you
that's
can-
exactly what he wants. And like the way the story is presented, it's presented really well. But then like, the anime just, like you said, things about like expanding on
Yeah, they
things
might
that
feel
don't
like
seem necessary.
They also might feel like they don't want to have the ace reveal be till the end of
The
the
anime-
episode. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, well,
It's
maybe we
really
gotta
hard
put
to
some padding
navigate
in between.
Alabasta in the
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to look at the filler list, and then like there's like one filler episode in like a span of like a dozen canon episodes, and then there's like 5 like filler episodes, and it's just
And that's the sneaky
It's
thing
kinda
about
hard.
their filler episodes too, is they don't you don't really realize it's a filler until you're
Yeah.
like halfway through the episode.
Yeah.
yeah.
then
And you're
you're
like,
sort of-
oh man,
Yeah.
I just watched like half an hour.
Yeah,
Should
I
I
know.
finish it or should I?
And
Right.
that's the part that people don't like. Just people. There are whole episodes like half an hour of people's time.
Mhm.
Okay, like it matters. Of genuinely, like a quarter of the episode being genuine story progression is like that's a con. Like, and that is, and unfortunately for a lot of the arcs, most. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say most.
Yeah.
That is. It's like a trade-off. It's like if you don't mind it and you enjoy it for what it is, for like this grand journey, and like every episode matters to you, that's awesome. But there is like an industry standard
Yeah, and they're
that
like, I
has
got
been
shit
made
to
for a
do.
lot of other anime series. You
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
I don't know if I've ever watched anything with a filler episode. I have played a game with a filler mission,
Mhm.
Mm.
and it is just like, wow, you didn't appreciate my time at
it's
all.
really no, you didn't. Like it really stinks sometimes, especially for a story that people think is already like has bad pacing simply because of its length, when I think it has great pacing. Like arc to arc, chapter and chapter has something to add on to like the
Yeah.
grander story and of the arc itself, of course. But really, it's meant to feel like shit's happening like in like the span of a couple dozen episodes. Like there's a whole new arc, like there's a whole new like mindset behind a lot of shit. Like,
Yeah,
but
and there's so much growth I feel
yeah,
like happening.
a lot
too.
of but that's with ideal pacing. And honestly, Alabasta and the next arc after this one, Papaya, don't know,
Mhm.
is those are like the last 2 arcs that have like really good pacing.
Oh, really?
That have like industry
In
standard
the anime,
pacing.
in the anime, in the anime,
In the anime,
and the
in the
manga.
anime.
Oh, okay, in the anime.
And
Yeah.
there's one other that is okay. It's decent pacing, but after that,
You want to shout it out just for the people that know?
Quarter Heaven, but the big arc.
They,
Porter
and you know
Heaven.
what's crazy is that makes sense to
Yeah,
a large
the
group
big
of people.
one, like that. A lot of people want them to read, I'm sure, but that one has decent pacing. But then Hobby Lobby, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
I do not appreciate
Oh.
that they have a dozen episodes in that arc when does not need like 10 to a dozen plus episodes. Okay, I don't think that's not good pacing.
Hobby Lobby.
Can't wait for the comments on this one.
It's just not. But then you talk to somebody that does enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's personal preference, but there is an industry standard that a lot of people who have watched a lot of anime know and recognize. And
Yeah.
you guys recognized
sure.
it instantly. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can tell
for
that
sure.
it's not
No.
like,
And
and
we
it's
felt
you
it.
can probably recognize that without reading the manga.
That's the thing.
And,
we were
like,
going
being
through
like,
it, we were
nothing is
something
going
feels
on.
weird. Like something just like
Yeah.
you can tell the character feels a little different. It
Mhm.
doesn't feel exactly like they're.
Mhm.
I didn't
supposed to
drop the
feel.
series for like hundreds of episodes because I thought there was like good pacing for me. Like it was good enough for me. I liked it. But then it gets to a certain point where like it gets even worse than bad. So
Damn.
Mm.
for like hundreds of episodes. And then the extended scenes are way better in the current arcs. And it feels like they earned that extension.
Mhm.
But even then it's like there's just way too many fillers, I think.
That's why you gotta
That's a major
always
con.
stick with the manga, especially with One Piece. It's the fastest way.
No,
to get
yeah,
through
I
it.
was like watching.
Mhm.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I
It's
picked
like-
up the manga, and then like,
It's a lot of time.
yeah,
bro.
no, and more towards the end, it felt like I was going through it. Like
Yeah.
volume
Well, that,
19 and
these-
20
yeah,
was just
well, I
like
would
this.
say even
Mhm.
volume 20 really,
was
really,
super
really
fast.
picks up.
Yeah.
But just to get back on track,
Yeah, let's
where
go.
we left off, they're on the ship, the Merry-Go. Bon
Mhm.
Clay shows up, shapeshifts into a couple of them.
That's cool.
What's crazy is that he shapeshifts into Vivi's dad and goes on
Mm.
this spiel about how he can only transform into people he's come in contact with. Yeah.
And all the while, everyone on the ship, like Luffy and
Mhm.
Usopp, they're all like happy. They're like, "This guy's so awesome," and Vivi's like, "No, he's not awesome. He's a bad guy."
Well, I think he likes
Yeah.
he likes
They're like,
them-
you should have known earlier.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, he
They're like,
used
"What
to
the
wear
heck?"
swans." They're like, "Are you blind?"
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Vivi didn't even realize who he was till he left. Everybody like loved him, and he kind of liked everybody.
He liked
too.
them too. Yeah, he had
And
a
then
great
when
time.
he left, because when the guys came to pick him up, they were like, "Hey, Mr. Two, we were so worried about you." And then that's when they realized. And she said, "Yeah, he was a guy who was like rumored to, be a ballet dancer and wear swans." And they were like, "You should have put that together."
Yeah, it was funny.
That was
Vivi.
a very funny moment, and also like this cool moment of him like transforming into her dad, because we know what her dad looks like. So even as an audience, as a reader, we're like, okay, this guy, something is up. We already know he's a bad guy, but now we have sort of maybe a little more insight into like what he's been up to or what their plan is. Because automatically, right out of the gate, you're assuming that he's been impersonating the king.
The king.
Yeah.
I feel like
Which is such a great double fruit power.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a lot of cool ones
Yeah.
in these couple volumes, and I'm like, there's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his is amazing. They finally get into, and this is where we get the real sort of the whole map of Alabasta, and they go into, and I tried to, Nolan, you tell me if this is super important in the grand scheme of everything, but I did kind of try to write down.
Are you not caught up to where you were at on One Piece yet?
No, I'm still caught up. I mean, I've read all this stuff. Yeah, this is I'm reading this part for the second time still.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to now, to be able to talk about it, go through and be a little more
In depth and stuff.
in depth and really figure out where they're at. But I don't think it's important. They go to the port town.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah, the
build.
port town.
Well, because I was stalling, I was vamping,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't find it.
What is it?
No, it's not important. It's the port town.
or
Okay.
did
Probably
you,
like
did you
Nanohara
write
or
something
something.
and it was just
No, I wrote it down.
You just realized the list.
But what I didn't
It
want
was
to
just
do
your
was for
grocery
it to
list.
affect the pacing of the episode.
Oh,
and here we are.
No, we're fine.
Here we
We're
are.
good. Pacing.
Don't worry about
pacer.
pacing.
Well, yeah. So if that was your concern,
log.
it's making it worse. So just say it anyway.
Because I can't find it.
Okay, there we go. This is what you
No.
do. You're like,
Nanohana.
okay.
Nanohana,
Woo!
which I wrote down here.
For sure.
Which I wrote down here.
Anohana.
And it did remind me, and that was the
That
mnemonic
was a
device.
sad-
Well,
that
I'll
was
just
a
say
sad
like
anime,
the
yeah.
city names are like only relevant to this arc, I'd say.
And that's kind of what
Okay.
I was wondering, and I was hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But wait until chapter 2000,
And that's what I mean.
Yeah,
by that.
no, Loki.
where they go
Like,
back, and
Loki,
then
bro.
everyone's like, "Remember the city?"
Well, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
huge.
That happens.
I mean, it's like the capital's called Alubarna, and that's
Alubarna.
probably the most important
It's not
place.
called Alabasta.
No,
The
that's
capital.
That's the
The capital of the country, Alabasta, is Alubarna.
It's not Alabasta.
No,
Alabama.
it's not one of
Alabasta's
those.
the
It's not one of
country.
those weirdo countries of the same
Name
name
as
is
its
there.
capital.
Yeah,
I can only
capital.
think of New York. but
New
that's
York,
not-
New York.
Capital,
That's
what's
not
the-
even the capital of New
California?
York. I hate
What's
that.
the capital of
It's
California? I don't know.
I feel like it's
Sacramento.
Sacramento?
Sacramento.
Is it
No,
Sacramento?
live in
no, it can't be.
California.
It's
No,
Sacramento.
it can't be Sacramento.
San
The
Bernardino?
capital.
Yeah, it's Sacramento.
It's
You're
no,
right.
is.
You're
no,
right.
it's
It's
San
Sacramento.
Bernardino.
Yeah, how many people actually
That's crazy.
San Bernardino. It's Pomona. How many
Yeah.
people actually know their capital?
A lot of people. You'd be surprised. It's yeah.
I mean,
Do you know all your states?
did y'all really not know the fucking capital of California?
No.
Not at all.
Once you
This
learn
is
in
why.
elementary
This is
school,
why
it's
we
like,
have
what am I-
bad healthcare. This
Yeah.
is exactly why we have.
How
bad
often
healthcare.
is someone like, I need to go to the capital of California?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to get to San Bernardino.
But
man.
Hollywood?
It's the side knowledge.
That's the capital
should
of
be
America.
Hollywood.
of America.
Oh.
Capital of corruption.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. You're right. So yeah, Smoker and Tashigi, is that her name?
Yeah, Tashigi.
Tashigi are back, and
Mhm.
there's some of my favorite characters. Smoker's a badass. She's a badass.
Mess
I
with
love
them. Mess with them.
her relationship with Zoro, and they're back. They're in Nanohana as well, and Smoker is on the lookout for the Straw Hats, and he comes across
Yep.
Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, everybody else is just kind of doing their thing, kind of shopping, kind of
shopping.
getting supplies.
I like those.
Just hanging out.
I like those panels of them going to different cities and shopping.
And you see
for
them in the
stuff.
background doing.
Yeah, and like Sanji's like getting ingredients, and it's just so sweet. I like it.
Mhm.
hmm
Little fun details.
It just adds like authenticity to it. I
Yeah,
think.
'cause they would have to do that.
They just do that, but he's able to do that, but then put it in the background, but still make it feel like a part of the overall
Mm-hmm.
story and add on to the tone and characters. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so awesome because they also show up in their new situation when things do happen in their new like outfits with their new supplies. Like Nami gets a new kind of weapon that I know a little bit more about, but it's not really shown too much here yet. But she is like Usopp does give this thing to her at a certain point.
Oh yeah, the weather gun or what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
the
this
climate gun or something.
It's a pole. It's like a staff.
What is it?
It's like a.
yeah. Something
It's
like
either a pole or a mayhaps a stick.
It's definitely not a stick.
What?
Definitely not a stick.
Oh my god!
And Nolan, I think you know what it is.
What was it again?
It's
What-
either
what
a
is-
pole.
It's
or
a
stick.
weathering. It's like a weather.
Weather-
Oh, her
Rod?
weather, her climate tech.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
cli-
Nami's?
yeah.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
got a new weapon. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
the
cool.
structure does remind me a lot of just video games, where it's like, all right, this
Mhm.
level you get a.
No, that's
Everyone gets like. a
that's
new
what it
upgrade.
is.
A video game.
I mean, that's how the structure of the story is.
Yeah.
But to act like there isn't merit to that structure is like
well,
there it
that's
is.
why I didn't say that.
Well, at the same time, it's like when you say video game.
You good?
Oh, you hate video games?
No. It makes it trivial.
Oh.
You get what I mean? Like, and
No.
it's one aspect of it. I'm just saying that a lot of shonen, like, that's just how it's gonna be for like most. Like, they're
Yeah.
going to get new things. The structure of the
You
story.
Totally.
Yeah, I guess
broken.
people don't know I love video games.
Yeah, but
Oh,
but
everyone
it's just
knows.
like that's just what it is. You know?
Yeah,
It's just
I've read
that's how it's
shonen,
gonna be.
yeah.
That's how it's gonna be for like hundreds of chapters for most series.
Thousands.
All right, I won't say if
Mm.
I like something.
Thousands and two
Just say-
thousands.
I'm just saying.
You can say
Yeah.
if you like something or don't like something.
Yeah.
Oh my
By the way, off
God.
camera, while I was off camera, my mic was falling apart.
Oh, how does
Um,
it feel?
How does it
Feels
feel to
kinda
have your
cool.
mic fall apart?
It feels kind of cool. It feels like I'm on edge a little bit. You know?
This is unfortunate.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, this was an expensive mic arm, but thank you to our Patreon members.
Hey, it's broken in one piece.
It's broken in a couple pieces. Actually.
I was
Oh,
gonna let it slide.
I see one, but okay.
There's more on my leg. Anyway,
Oh, it's
Um,
shattered.
Yeah.
yeah, it's shattered. Anyway, yeah, you know, talk about what you like, talk about what you don't like. It's a conversation, and an agreeable conversation is not a fun conversation. If you don't like something, and if someone wants to defend something that they don't like, that's called dialogue. Thank you for tuning into another episode.
Dialogue pose.
That was good. That was really good. That was really good. While all this is going on, and Smoker is in this bar, this restaurant, he comes across Ace, who we finally get to know more about. He asks him what he's doing there, and it's the big reveal.
I was so excited. I literally gasped out loud. I was like, "What?" I had no idea. I had literally no idea
And I was
who
waiting
Ace
too.
was. Who
Yeah.
I was like, they kind of look kind of similar, just with the black hair and like the grin. But I was completely thrown off.
I was waiting. I wanted it to get to this part for so long, especially when we go to like where we go to get like figures and stuff.
Yeah.
And we see Ace. Like I've been this whole time wanting you guys to know who he is in relation to Luffy, so that I could finally be a little more open about things. But he
kept it-
reveals that he was Luffy's brother.
Yeah, they kept that hidden. Like, there's
Mhm.
no way. I was like, did I miss it? Like, did I miss him talking about his family? Like, he doesn't really do that, right? In the beginning at all.
It's weird how common that is in stories. A lot of stories.
Most.
Where they'll be like, I have a brother, by the way, Fast and the Furious. They just
Yeah.
did that,
Oh,
and
I
they're
didn't
like,
watch any of those.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
watch
it's
any of
really it's a problem.
It's good.
But
yeah, everyone says it's amazing, and I'm like, is it though?
they go to space.
It really is
Ugh.
amazing.
Give me a
So good.
break.
It's amazing.
I'm probably gonna get hate for that.
Family.
Yeah, okay, I like the families part, but I'm not.
People
really
are good. Yeah,
sold
people
on
berate her
anything
in the
else.
comments and tell her she needs to watch Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this community is very fast and furious.
Yeah.
Is there a crossover? Which anime community does the Fast and the Furious fan base
Hype. The hype
intersect with?
community.
The
people
hype
that want
community, maybe
action.
initial D community.
Jujutsu
Oh.
Kaisen.
Yeah.
I can see that crossover.
Yeah,
See that?
exactly. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see that.
The hype.
Neon Genesis,
Evangelion?
Evangelion.
No, wait, no. Well, I mean,
whoa,
I
no.
do like both, but no.
Shinji, we're family.
Okay, well now I've gone.
And then you
now,
gotta
you,
think
now,
there's like
you're, now you're on board, huh?
there's mechanics involved in building your Ava or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
You know? And
And
so-
there's trauma.
Well, I like what you're doing, but again, you have not seen Fast and the Furious, so you can't really.
kinda
forgot.
Yeah,
I kinda
I saw you like processing, like,
I was
oh,
like,
she
wow,
knows.
that's good. It's really good.
Hey.
Yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, he never mentioned any of his family.
No, and
Mm.
stories do that a lot. And I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah.
I fall
Great
for it every
reveal.
time. Even in Fast and the Furious, when I found out that Toretto had a brother, I was like,
Spoiler
oh my God.
for Fast and the Furious. Dude.
Oh,
Did you really just spoil Fast and the Furious 8?
Yeah. You've had enough time. You've had enough time.
I think it was
Anyway.
Fast 9, actually.
I think it was Fast 9.
Yeah. One of the best ones.
They get better and better.
No, it's sort of like I've seen it a lot, and my reaction is always sort of just like, oh, you wanted to have a brother now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and again, it's hard to talk about it without, I don't obviously know as much about Ace as you know about Ace, but it is hard to talk about like knowing sort of like what part he played, what role he kind of plays later on.
He plays a big role in the series.
Yeah. And so part of it does, feel like a Toretto situation, but then you see kind of like what is done with that character, and then you're kind of like, man, like this character had to exist for these things, these seeds that have been planted.
And that's like, you would think that would be the case if they're going to introduce like his own brother, and like apparently he has like a high position in the pirate world. He's the second division commander of somebody,
the Whitebeard.
And if it's somebody that Luffy's brother respects and says like, I want to work under him, I don't want to be my own pirate, I want to make him the guy. So it's like, I think having that connection just automatically leads into bigger and more complex storylines.
Yes, Cody, you have two fingers.
You call it Toretto syndrome when a brother is suddenly revealed?
Toretto, I don't like syndrome. But
Syndrome?
Like Tourette syndrome.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't get it.
See,
Yeah.
this is why
I didn't
sometimes
get the
you think it's
Tourette.
obvious and sometimes they don't get it.
No, yeah, that.
I didn't get it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was
I was
like,
you have to
like-
be. You
I think
have
it's
to
the
insist
hats.
on it.
I
Yeah,
think
I
the
guess
hats
so.
are blocking the jokes from coming in.
what joke?
What joke?
Fucking wavelength.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't make me like it more now that I understand it.
Well, you don't
funny.
get to say that because you didn't get it at first, so you can't say now. You
Now
don't.
that I know
now
I
now
can
you
say.
don't get to be like, well, it was dumb anyway. You didn't get
No,
it.
I'm not saying it's dumb. I'm just saying I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
What the heck?
What the?
I don't.
Yeah, then it's just personal preference.
Yeah.
And two, yeah, you would imagine. I want to be a
I thought it
pirate
was
king
funny.
like my brother.
Yeah. And his
But his bro don't want to be a pirate king.
Brother don't want to be pirate
His
king.
brother don't want to be no pirate king. He wants someone else to be pirate king.
Ooh.
And he even said that. And he goes, "You want to be?" He's like, "Yeah." He basically says like, "You're not gonna be pirate king." He tells his own brother like, "There's no hell.
Yeah, he's like,
There's no
"Do
way
you
in
wanna-"
hell."
He says, "Do you want to join the Whitebeard Pirates? Do you want to join us?" And Luffy's like, "No." I don't wanna join." He's like, "No." He's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, I
I'm
don't
good.
care, and I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna win against.
Yeah,
him.
we're gonna
Doesn't matter.
fight.
Eventually. I mean, that's kind of like, you want to be pirate king, you gotta be able to be the strongest pirate, and that isn't that what they're kind of implying throughout. Like, the pirate
Yeah.
king is like
The strongest.
it has or not, but it's like, how is he not one of the strongest?
It'd be interesting if he wasn't strong.
I think
he
it'd
just
be
had a good
interesting.
team.
That would be
That'd be really
sick.
Yeah, sort of the opposite.
The crew, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They just
But
work really well
that's
together, and then like they overpower stronger people.
Because if you got someone like Ace on your crew already, I'm sure
an
there's
ace
even
up their sleeve.
An ace
Cody. Listen,
up
This-
there.
This is the only
Listen.
reason I'm here is to do
No.
this.
an
No,
ace
Cody,
up there.
you're getting it. You're getting it.
You're
He
gonna
gets-
get
I'm-
He
later.
gets the sleeve power.
Oh my god! Whoa!
An ace up there.
Is someone reading ahead?
Like, you know how they
The
say
sleeve
up
sleeve?
Shit's Creek, you know?
Up Shit's Creek, and instead of Ace, it's Arse.
Arsh's Creek.
I feel like
What was that?
I'm
sorry. What were you?
I
What
was
was
trying
that,
to add,
Megan?
I was trying to add to
Yeah, I was
it.
trying to add to, but
Yeah, we didn't come up
really-
with anything good.
Up
out of
Shit's
there.
Creek, but instead it's up.
I said-
Butts Creek. What do you?
No.
I said
You guys were talking about like ace and up their sleeve, and I was gonna say like because I was just trying to bring in creek and ocean. And
Well, you
Creek and
much
ocean.
like an ace, you've dug yourself into a hole.
Oh, just like Luffy
An
did
ace
when he
hole?
was trying
An
to get
ace
the
of-
water.
Oh,
out.
yeah.
That
damn
works. Also,
it.
ace in the hole.
Yeah,
Damn it,
yeah.
But yeah, you're an ace hole.
yeah.
What did I say last
like
episode
it.
about Ace? What did I say?
It's the place with
What?
the hardware.
Oh, I
stuff.
said,
Oh, that.
what did
yeah.
I say? Something inappropriate. And you guys were like, whoa, calm down.
Oh, your famous like ranch you went on against.
No, I said just
No.
Ace was hot. And then I said
I don't
something like,
think we
oh,
would've-
yeah.
No, we would not have
Yeah,
gone
we
against you in
would've.
that. That might have
No,
been
I
a
said
fever
ace
I
dream
think
in
you
the
had.
I might have.
Yeah, I said
You
Ace
did.
in the.
Oh, no.
I did one time.
Ace-
Oh, you
I
said
don't-
ace in my.
Oh,
Oh, Ace in my hole, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I stand
Yeah,
by
you didn't just say he was hot.
No, she
I
literally
mean-
said That's what she said.
I
Yeah,
said
this
Ace
is Ace.
uses fire, but he's kind of fire too.
Yeah. He does look better than.
Yeah, but that
Luffy.
wasn't the
Yeah.
thing
He
that we had a
does. He
problem
looks like a
with.
grown man.
Yeah.
He's like a grown
Wait,
man.
how? Oh, he's 15.
He's
3
20.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
20.
like that. I don't like when there's a 20-year-old who looks like a full-grown adult.
He
I'm
looks-
like,
I mean,
ah,
Sanji
30.
looks old too.
maybe when I'm 40.
Mhm.
Sanji looks.
But he's got more of like a developed like jaw structure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's like 16 too. Sanji, right? Or he's
Uh,
like 19.
He's
or
19.
19,
19.
yeah.
You see,
Or Zoro looks like a freaking grown
Yeah,
man.
he's 19 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like they're like
They're
he's
grown.
this age. Okay, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really important to me. I feel like
Yeah, Chopper got revealed
Mhm.
as like 15. Chopper's
Yeah.
a 15-year-old. Reindeer.
Where
Reindeer Chopper.
No,
were
technically,
reindeer?
someone said
Okay.
technically somebody he would be a were-human because he ate the human fruit.
Oh, we want to get into that because a lot of people probably won't watch the freaking Kingdom episode.
Oh yeah,
But you
they'll
wanna-
be tuned out.
Just
by
the
that point.
final note where I'm like, yeah, I guess these One Piece fans will just say whatever. They're like, he's a were-human. It's like, do you know what were means in
It could
language?
be anything.
It means human.
Mm.
A werewolf is a human wolf.
Mm.
And they're like, he's not. No, he turns into a human. He's a he's a, what was it? He's a
Where human, not a
a
were
human.
reindeer,
It's like,
yeah.
that's what a person is.
I see.
Yeah.
So he'd be a
And
human
they don't
human.
come in like, I thought he would. No, they come in like, how, you idiots.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
That's why you never see like where like human leopard. It's always like were leopard. Like it's always like
it's
where and then the
it's
thing.
you're a man and you become this. You know,
Well, then what's the
he's a were
what's
reindeer.
the Latin for reindeer?
Latin for reindeer?
Or not Latin. but
Santa.
Santa.
Freaking
So it should be a Santa human,
Santa.
y'all.
Santa human.
Get it fucking right.
Santa human. I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
A Rudolphian.
I like that too.
Not
So-
as good, but
No, it's good.
It was more in the direction that I
It's
think
more,
it should go.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
fits. It
But
fits.
freaking people trying to come at me about lycanthropy, the one thing that I have down.
And we are just,
Word.
full disclosure, recording this before we have received the feedback from the Kingdom episode.
Oh
so we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah. We're
I think a lot of people
patiently
are going
awaiting.
to tune out before it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very fun episode.
It's very
I
fun.
drew. I don't know if you can see this on camera. I drew Mr. Crocodile. If you want to do
Oh,
the
that's
other
cool.
camera
Go to this
because
camera.
it's closer. This is ideal
Yeah.
for
That
my
might
notebook
actually
right
be
here.
better for the notebook system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like right here.
He's a cool character. He's one of the 7
Yeah.
warlords of the sea.
Mhm,
And what's
mhm.
crazy is that now he's starting to get his crew together, and we're starting to see all the numbers.
He's got his crew.
Mm-hmm. And I
Everybody's-
don't even know who he is. Oh, is that a?
What?
No, this is part of the
Yeah.
volumes that we read.
Yeah. It's like a
Mhm.
reveal of who he actually is because
Mhm.
he's like it has an alias. You know,
Yeah.
they all have aliases, and you
Right.
don't really know who he is.
So they didn't know who he was before.
And
they
that
made
was
it.
shocking. Yeah, that was cool.
Well, they just knew because he set himself up in this town, Alabasta, to be this like savior
Mhm.
to all these people who was rescuing them from all these pirates. And even
Mhm.
though people might have known that he was doing it for the government or whatever, they didn't care. Or he was doing it to get paid, they didn't care because they were keeping them all safe.
Mm.
And so it was something that I think was his plan all along. And as long as these other people were doing criminal shit, then they were cool with it.
Mhm.
And so when it was revealed to be Crocodile, they were like, I mean, this is kind of sick, actually.
This kind of worked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, this kind of worked out, dude.
They didn't
God.
mind it. Yeah, they were like, oh.
They have their
bad.
moment too where they go to this like bar and they meet everybody else. And that's where you
a
first
cool
meet like
moment.
Mr.
Yeah.
One, Awesome. You meet the like
Mr. Four and Miss
Mr. Four.
Merry Christmas. I think.
Merry Christmas.
Is that the
Lloyd.
the rat?
Lloyd
Like
Christmas.
Yeah,
the mole. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Their
And then
fight's good.
The,
They-
Yeah.
that fight is amazing.
That's
Yeah.
like one of the highlights I think for these couple volumes.
I'm not even gonna. So why is he called a crocodile when he has sand based?
Because he takes the rain. Because he takes the liquid away from people.
yeah.
He's
So
like,
it's,
I'm gonna be the amphibious creature here, bitch.
Claiming to
literally
be the
takes that.
amphibian is a yeah,
or
that's
like
a
or
power.
whatever. Fuck, who gives a shit?
I don't think they're.
Well, either way,
Actually, they
he
are
lives in the fucking
amphibians.
water. He lives in the fucking water. He likes being
lives
in the water. He
Oh,
he
because
likes
he
being in the
soaks
water.
up the water.
He soaks up
Yeah,
the
he
water.
soaks it
He's
up.
like, I'm gonna be the
Like
only
a
one with
plant.
moisture in this whole place.
like a cactus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like a
Yeah.
crocodile.
like a croc.
Because he mummifies.
Are there crocodiles in the desert?
Yeah,
Yeah, they actually.
there are.
The
What?
crocodile.
In
I think
Africa.
it's crocodiles.
Africa.
Alligators are the ones that are.
Yeah.
Crocodiles.
Yeah,
I think
they're-
it's crocodile.
the Nile.
Crocodiles
The Nile.
see you in a while, and alligators see you later.
See you later.
That's how you can
Mm.
remember which is which.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Right.
Little
This is all
mnemonic
good.
device.
Yeah.
I'm not a geologist, zoologist.
I don't even know where the capital of California is. Oh.
I really don't. But yeah,
Sacramento does not sound right.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Really
There's like
It's
3
sick.
cities that are famous.
It's
here.
sick.
Yeah, it's who knows.
You know, there's a city called California City,
That
and
should
like
be
that
capital.
place is like nowhere.
I mean, someone will let us know. I'm sure by now people will tell us, and we can also just Google it. At a
We
certain
could
point.
we
Yeah,
could have done
of
it
course, yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
when we didn't know.
Sacramento is
Yeah.
the capital of California.
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna just take your word for it right now.
Sacramento.
Don't mislead me. But yeah, also Miss Doublefinger is I think the only person who's not named after a holiday.
She is
He's just named
actually.
after something.
She
else.
is
Really?
actually. Oda said in his notes that it's actually New Year's Eve and day because it's like 1 and 1.
Double finger.
Double finger.
because there's
Two
because there's
holidays
2
back to back.
things.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
two
And he was
things.
like, actually, they're all named to holidays, but people are confused about Miss Doublefinger still. And he like drew a little picture of
He's
like
like
his
right
2
there.
fingers.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
just drew a
oh,
hand that was
cute.
doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Well, chill.
no, it's because of New Year. That sounds like he had to save his.
It was like this. It wasn't
Yeah.
like this. It was
Yeah.
like this.
It's like this.
It's
It was like this.
yeah.
Like that.
yeah, 2 fingers
Damn.
because of that's the New Year's
Yeah.
and New Year's Eve.
And let's be honest, anytime you're getting 2 fingers, that's a holiday.
Wow, it's an Eve.
It's an Eve.
Oh.
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 Happy holidays to all of you here.
Happy holidays.
Oh,
Speaking of-
God, I do not like
our
that. It's
new
going to be December.
sponsor. Our new sponsor, Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah, Adam and Eve.
That's wild. I saw one channel that has that, and they just talk about like video games. And
Oh.
they're just like sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so
They know.
Mario is.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
do it.
We'll sell out immediately.
Yeah,
Hell
please.
Hell
We
yeah.
don't stress that enough.
Yeah, Adam and Eve. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
That,
no.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You guys like portray yourselves to have like a lot of integrity and like respect for yourselves, and that definitely needs to go down. for
Yeah,
sure.
Wow.
we need to just put for sale
Yeah.
on our shirts.
Maybe that's
Mhm.
merch, and then we could capitalize on that.
We have honestly a shirt that says for sale is not a bad idea.
People might be into it. Who
Free
knows?
real estate.
Free real
We get
estate.
sued.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
After we meet all of them, though, everybody sets off to go to Crocodile's casino that he has. It's
Yeah,
in the-
rain base.
Mhm.
Yeah, the rain base, which is what'd you call it? The Monte Carlo? What'd you call it?
Oh, I called it Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, Brad
Yeah.
Vegas. Yeah,
I was like, oh, we in Vegas?
I
now?
like that. The
Mhm.
biggest casino in the land. I was like, oh,
That's where he's at.
I think they sell
Yeah.
gelato outside of there.
Mhm.
More like.
There's like
Yeah.
a high.
Wait, give me a second, guys. More like the Seven Caesars Palace. Okay.
I'll be honest. I had no faith in you, but you
yeah.
pulled through at the
I
end.
thought it was gonna bomb even as it was coming out of
Yeah.
That was really good.
And you know what? It's because you didn't have confidence when you said it. Like, it's okay to be nervous
Right,
before
right,
or
right.
after, but
Right. Maybe I used that to help me sell it a little
well, I think you use it to help you cope.
bit.
Cope.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Damn.
Wow, that one.
Damn.
God damn.
Got him.
But it's a cool casino.
Yeah, it's lit. It's like a pyramid. It's like Luxor.
It is like the Luxor.
Yeah.
It is actually
What's Luxor?
based on the Luxor.
It's a casino in Vegas, and it's like a pyramid, and it's like all mirrored. And
Oh.
there's like
The- the-
elevators,
the
like Willy
pyramid.
Wonka style, like, you know, sideways, and it's pretty cool.
It sounds like an evil alien emperor.
Mm-hmm.
It
yeah.
might be.
Luxor.
Luxor.
It kind of does, or some sort of
Luxor, the Glork.
yeah, or like some
Yeah.
sort of element that they're trying to find.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to find
Mhm.
more Luxor to like, you know.
Yeah, it's
Pilot
called
our
Luxor.
engine.
It's the
Mm.
most luxurious element in the
Yeah.
world.
Yes.
And at night,
that's-
there is a beam that goes up in the air. It's like a huge.
that's
That's
real.
scary.
Yeah.
That's real.
like,
I don't like the beam. What does that do?
I don't know, but
I
Chris
don't know.
Angel does. I think his residency is there at the
Oh,
Luxor.
that makes sense.
Do you know where magicians? Do you know where magicians live?
Yeah, dude. I know where they work. Okay.
I don't know if he lives at Luxor.
No, he does. I'm sure.
Look at that. Look at you trying to give him
Wow.
Or maybe he
I
doesn't-
know.
Or maybe he doesn't live there anymore. But I feel like for
What?
sure,
Okay.
you know, they give him a room to stay at, so he doesn't have to go home after the
Sure.
show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I assume he'd
No.
live in Vegas because he's been doing shows for, 20
Yeah, what
plus
happens
years.
in Vegas stays in Vegas. He can't leave.
And that's why no one has heard about him in a while
Mm.
because he's been staying.
It's
in
all
Vegas.
staying in Vegas.
Yeah,
It's all a part of the trick.
Yeah, it's all part of the
All
trick.
a part of the trick.
But yeah, and now after everybody has their meeting, and he tells everybody we're gonna basically proceed with Operation Utopia. We cut
It just
to
never results in a good thing. Anything Operation
Literally.
Good Times
Mhm.
will always involve people dying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the nicer the plan, the more sinister it is.
Yeah.
Like Operation Smiles.
And it's like,
That
we're gonna
sounds
make everyone in the
devious.
world smile. That's the Joker.
That sounds devious.
That is
Operation
Joker.
Cuddle Bunny.
That sounds really nice. That's
Sounds
a
like
lot
a
of
real nice one.
cuttlefish invade. You ever see a cuttlefish?
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah, they're scary.
never seen one.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a fool. Cody's enacting Operation Smile right now.
Oh my god, I was
I
terrified.
was
But
just
they
trying
go
to
to-
channel and something. I don't know what that was. It just felt right.
They go to Yuba. Okay.
Yuba.
And
Oh,
Yuba
yeah.
is where things sort of pop off. It's sort of
You butt.
You bet they go to Yuba, and they meet a nice old man whose name I also
Aw.
wrote down and am going to have a hard time finding. Toto.
Toto.
From Africa?
T-
Nah.
it might be.
Maybe.
Is it? Spoilers. Is it Toto's Africa?
Toto is just a dude.
Oh.
He was, and I
What?
related to him a lot because he was a really
Yeah.
fat guy,
And
and then he
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight.
so where do you
So I have something to aspire to. Yeah.
you have like a I don't
Body
know,
dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia.
Yeah, he really does. He
Yeah.
really does.
I didn't wanna
There's
say
no
it,
other
but-
word for.
You don't want to
what
feed
happens.
into it on one level, but also
Yeah,
it's
like,
very funny.
Is it healthy? Yeah, I think it's
Have
No,
you
hilarious.
it's
seen
not
pictures of me when I
healthy.
was really fat?
No, not particularly.
You've
no.
never seen him before?
Okay. All right.
And that's
my
the disconnect.
God.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, oh, he used to be like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, he used to have jowls.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's not it. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to have.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with anybody who does have them currently.
No.
But
But I'm glad I'm out of that.
yeah, but woof, you know.
That's what it is.
I love Toto, and like he knew Vivi, and they had a pretty close relationship. I did like that flashback too.
Yeah, that's good.
Of Vivi and what's his
And
name?
Koza.
Koza, awesome character.
He literally looks like a rebel leader. Like
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
like-
he's fine too.
yeah.
Koza or Ace, Ace over Koza. Ace over Koza. If I had to Koza up to one of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right, yeah.
All right, cool.
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
was a sweet story though, because you do see, and we know this about Vivi just because of what we've seen her do up until this point. But
Mhm.
we know she's not just a princess that's just going to sit around and let stuff happen, or
No.
she's not going to let other people do stuff for her. Even though yes, the Straw Hats are helping her out a lot, she is putting herself in danger. She is doing stuff on her own, getting stuff done, and we saw that she's been like that since she was a little girl. And that her and Koza, who is now the leader of the rebel army, they were best friends. And
Which is Toto's son.
son.
Mhm.
Which
Yeah.
was tough because I thought that was Naomi's flashback for a bit.
I mean, they do sometimes they look alike, and
It was another same face situation.
and it's hard when you can't see the colors.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, when you can't see the color of their hair in the manga,
Yeah.
it is like could go either way.
This could
Yeah.
be Luffy.
For all I know.
Context clues.
Yeah.
You know. But it was a cool story. I mean, because we also get to see more about the king, and we get to see more
Yeah.
about a little bit. We don't get the full reveal of like Chaka, the jackal, and Pell, the falcon, but we do get to see them a little bit, and just sort of how the king runs his kingdom, and how that's what that flashback I think did really showed really
Showing
well,
that
was
he's
just like
not
he was a
really-
benevolent
Yeah.
sort of kind ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And that everybody respected him and everybody loved him. And that he would go
Until-
out into the town and he would just hide in the bushes and like watch his daughter. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
Until the dance powder incident. The dance powder
Yeah.
incident of
Which is, like,
88.
An international incident because it's illegal across all countries in the world government, and them finding out that they have dance powder was that the government, the king, was shipping dance powder there was a brilliant move by Crocodile.
Uh-huh.
It was a
Set up.
Yep, and Crocodile has the literal power to make sandstorms, so he can make the plight even harder, and people wouldn't be none the wiser.
They really.
They wouldn't have.
Mm-mm.
They just wouldn't think that he's sending whole ass like sandstorms down
It's
the
just
city and shit.
boom.
Like he's literally just like he does it like very casually. Like that's how strong he is. It's just he can get away with if you have
Yeah.
a certain level, there's a lot you can do in
Well,
the world of One Piece.
He
for
said
sure.
he's been honing his skills. Like he's like, you guys just eat the fruit and you take your powers for granted and you just, run around stretching your arms. But me, I've been working my ass off
Yeah,
to
I've
get
been in the
Sandy
grandma.
up in this hoe.
Mhm.
And I know,
What?
well, I don't know if he wins not or yet, but I know they're gonna. I know they're gonna mess him
yeah.
up.
Someone has to win.
Yeah, someone has.
I think you can
they
get an
have to win.
idea.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
who
They,
would win
they
against
just
them.
introduced an element that can negate powers.
Well, you don't
Mhm.
know, this was maybe the last
Mhm.
arc at a certain point, so maybe maybe some real stuff
Well,
does go.
Yeah,
down.
they introduce like if you have the certain elemental counter, then you can do something to these people that have like these devil fruits that make their body an element. So it seemed like when the water was going on Crocodile's wrist when he was attacking Luffy, it seems that water is able to is a counter.
Oh, it's like Pokemon.
Yeah, literally, if you're able to, and the way that even Ace and Smoker.
Ace and Smoker. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it just depends on the devil fruit, But the cool thing is seeing how someone like Luffy is able to beat people like this in the first place.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool because, these two characters, at least one of them for sure, we see in this part of this arc is also a zone, I believe.
Mm.
Right.
There's a lot of zones. In this
Yeah.
arc. Mhm.
And that is Pell, who is revealed to be like a falcon.
A werefalcon.
A werefalcon.
Yeah, that was sick.
No, he's not a werefalcon.
Oh, what?
He's a werehuman.
Oh. Well,
He's a
that's-
Falco. Human.
That's how words
He's a
work in people's
Falco.
minds.
Mhm.
well, I
Falco?
guess you're right.
It
Yeah.
was a Falco,
Oh my God. Why?
like fucker.
okay. All right.
Yeah, no, he is a werevulture.
Yeah.
And I love the character design of these zones too. I'm a sucker for the zone. Zone. You know what I mean? And look, this whole setup, right, leading up to this fight, and like you said, this conflict between Crocodile and Luffy doesn't happen until we resolve sort of not only the cage situation of them all getting locked into this cage, but also when they're at that dinner too. I did forget to mention that finally my penance is paid, and finally I can start referring to Miss All Sunday as Nico Robin finally, because that was also something that was dropped
Nico
in that
Robin.
little section as well.
Nico Robin.
Nico Robin, and we learn what her devil fruit ability is finally.
She has a cool fruit.
She has
Yeah.
an amazing fruit.
She's Nico Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she can it's like the flume or the bloom.
It's the bloom.
bloom.
No, the
bloom.
flower. I read in the
Like flower,
translation that
something
it
like
was
Yeah.
Hana.
flower.
I know it's
Oh,
Hana.
it's Hana.
But
Yeah.
Hana means flower.
Does
It
Hana mean flower?
does,
And
yeah.
Hana
so
means
it's
family.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
And
back.
Family me.
And
We're back.
family.
We're back.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Were you looking for what it was called in the
Yeah, no, it's
manga?
okay. I think it's flower.
Yeah, it
I'm pretty
means
sure.
flower
Yeah.
in English.
Yeah, it was a cool ability to see that she can kind of just sprout her limbs from anything and everything. And it's so cool, and it just makes for such a cool, I think, like visual too in a manga,
She's strong as shit.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
an OP
she's-
ability. A
Yeah.
One Piece
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah, she's like she seems unstoppable. Like it's pretty nuts.
I mean,
It's a very strong fruit, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time a power is introduced, I'm like, I don't know what the scale here is, but everyone seems unstoppable.
Yeah, but it's only until they start fighting each other that it's like,
Mm.
how does it even begin? How would these powers really truly correlate, and who can take
Yeah.
what? Like,
Because I'll say, like, a
It's
lot
like-
of like making hands appear, that is like impressive. But when someone can turn into smoke or sand,
yeah,
you
it's
kind
like, what else
of you
can
kind of
do?
lost that.
Yeah.
But-
If your
deal.
body's made out of it, it's like, yeah.
No, I know. Yeah, exactly. Like I was
It's like, how do you beat these people?
There's no way.
Yeah.
but it also is cool to kind of see that, like, maybe obviously some people are just going to have the advantage, and some people are going to just be naturally better at fighting somebody else because of their ability than others. Like, I think that is like the scale of the power. It isn't that maybe one of these devil fruits is more powerful than the other. It's just that it's
How
more
you use
powerful
them.
and how you use it compared to like with Ace and Smoker. Like Luffy can't touch Smoker, but to Ace it's like easy. But I'm sure there's a devil fruit user that Ace can't,
He can ace it.
that he can ace it,
Mm.
or he can't ace it, right? And that Luffy can ace,
Mm.
right?
How about Candace?
Were you gonna make like a mayonnaise joke or something?
No, it was supposed to be
Candace.
Candice, and then I was like, no,
Oh.
it doesn't work when I said it out loud.
Candace these nuts.
Yeah.
Well, they do have a,
Yeah.
and it's
Fuck,
good
yeah.
that
That's
you
what it
guys
was
brought the
supposed to
D
be.
back
I
too,
messed up.
and I
Mhm.
can't always count on you guys to bring up the D. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
There, because Ace's full name is Portgaz.
Portugas.
Portugas.
Diaz.
Portugas D Ace. And they put a lot of emphasis on the D.
Yeah, and they do. And Robin also says that too.
She's like,
She says-
What's up with you D's?
She says, "Yeah, whose name is D? Like you like
Yeah,
carry yourself with the name of the D. Who are you?" And I was just
Mhm.
like, "What does this D mean?"
yeah, how many
Yeah.
other people out there have the D?
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
It should be called, instead of One Piece, it should be called D's Piece.
DPs.
D's pieces.
Yeah. D's
And
Mhm.
there's two of them.
Yeah, that's a little like,
There's two of them.
no, dude, their middle name is also D. Do you think fate has bound them together?
I think that
I think that might be a thing.
it probably
sure.
is.
for sure, because again, there's like
D.
rumors of these people with D for a middle name.
Mm.
Which, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm excited to see the explanation
Yeah,
of
they do a
what's-
little. It's like a little thing.
Really?
As of right now.
Hmm.
No, it's like it is a like a big thing. I'm just saying in this arc, it's just like, well, this arc sets up a lot of things.
It feels like it does.
It is, and like a lot happens in the second half, but the setup, the build up for Alabasta is really dope. I like it a
Mm.
lot. There's a lot that is revealed, and a lot is talked about for sure.
It feels like it sets up a lot, and it feels like a lot of things that are starting to happen
Mhm.
here. Because speaking of the cage and things that they set up, they're
Yeah.
also finally for the first time like revealing that there is some sort of stone. When
Yeah.
Crocodile does capture them and finally puts them in a cage, Luffy feels fatigued. Luffy feels
The
tired.
sea prism stone.
Yes, the sea
Mhm.
prism
Mhm.
stone,
kryptonite.
kryptonite for devil,
Devil
fruit,
fruit
users.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I can only imagine that this is something that's going to be coming,
A lot.
a thing coming around a lot
Mhm.
more often.
Mhm.
It's going to be in weapons. I'm sure it's probably going to be in bullets. It's probably going to be in everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a guy with the shoot fruit, and then
Mhm.
he shoot. These every bullet is made from ultra sea stone,
Mm.
and that's it's the deep sea stone,
Mm.
The
Mm.
deep D stone.
the deep D's.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Deep dish.
Oh yes,
That's
two
like
different wavelengths. There.
that's what I
Like
meant.
pizza.
Mhm.
That is the best pizza.
Yeah.
That
It's pretty
is
good. It's pretty
Little
good.
Caesars.
Yeah. So like the
Yay.
Luffy and Vivi's relationship is really dope. I like it. It's not like other Straw Hats.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like his crew. She's very much about getting things done, but she doesn't want everyone to die. But
Mhm.
but unfortunately, they're literally in a war zone. It's literally like millions of people are involved in, which is like ridiculous. Which is a ridiculous number. That's like World War II levels of like how it's about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
But Vivi's like, I just don't. But because Luffy's trying to strategize. Like he's
Mhm.
trying to be like, it doesn't matter if we can't beat Crocodile. Like he literally has superpowers. No one else in the country is probably going to be able to kill him, except for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
that was a good
And then he
moment.
punches Vivi.
Yeah,
In the
dude.
face. Yeah.
That
In the
was a
face.
crazy moment. Like, he goes like, I quit, and then it like leaves
Yeah.
him like cliffhanger, and then he's just like, we can't beat him, and Vivi's
Mm.
like, no. She's like freaking out, obviously, and she like, I think she hits him first.
Yeah,
or-
she does.
and then he hits her right back. I was like,
Yeah. Like,
okay.
I think it's really cool too that Vivi reminds me a lot of Emma from The Promised Neverland. How when she's escaping from her farm, she's like, she has two strategists, Norman and Ray, there with her, and they're
Mhm.
like, look, like if you want to get out of here alive, then we have to, leave the kids or people
Mm.
have to die. And the one thing she won't budge on is that nobody can die. 0 people can die. And they tell her how much harder it's going to be and how much more unlikely and impossible. And that's like her. And it's just like, I know obviously One Piece came way before Promised Neverland, but I read Promised Neverland first,
mhm.
and so I think that to me, when I see Vivi, I see a lot of like that spirit in
Mhm.
her,
Yeah.
where like she doesn't care how much harder it is. She doesn't care, what she has to do, but like
Yeah.
this is her kingdom and the people are the kingdom is what they keep saying, like their,
Mhm.
their motto, their creed.
A country is its people.
The country is its people. Yeah. And so she's not willing to let any of them die. And then there's that awesome moment where Luffy steps up again as a captain and is like, well, then we need to stop beating around the bush and going after all these other people. Like, we need to go straight to the source, and we need to fuck Crocodile up.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a really cool moment. And that's when they go after him and they get captured, and they all kind of get captured in different ways. And you kind of don't even really realize in that moment, like, who's getting captured and who's not. Like, there's so many Straw Hats at this point, or there's so many other characters.
A lot of characters.
Yeah, with like Smoker and everybody else that you don't really realize like who's missing. You can't. It's hard to take account of everyone.
I didn't realize until after
that Sanji was missing.
Yeah. Until he got that snail call, I was like, oh, that's right. Him and Chopper are not there.
Yeah. Every arc, I forget at least 2 characters are even in this crew.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of people. There's just gonna be more people.
Yeah.
That's like, all right, because like when there were 4 people, someone would always fall asleep.
Yeah,
and now they're gonna be like, okay, half the ship exploded, and now we're going to Chopper's time now.
I think, dude, that is in this situation though. It's used to its benefit because like you do forget, and I think
it's done on purpose.
Yeah, and even Oda, I think, is like, okay, well, like, there's no way. There's gonna be a few people who are gonna be able to.
Like he really wasn't. Like Sanji wasn't around for like I don't know how many chapters.
It was there was so much happening.
And then ring, like let's call Crocodile again, and like my voice, so like Mr. Prince in the phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the Mr. Prince alias, and then we see Sanji get his chance to kind of show up. He's wearing glasses now.
Mr. Prince.
That's around when I I changed my opinion on Sanji.
Oh.
And then I started to really be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something to this guy.
And then when they fell off later,
because he did. No, because I got he let like a bunch of people die or whatever. But now that he has glasses, I'm like,
that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. He's like a pirate.
He's like a cool guy.
He's like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Like this guy fucks for sure.
Well, he does.
That's like a main. No, that's
He's
like a main.
simps.
That's a yeah.
This guy simps.
Well, yeah, but does he simp with glasses on or with glasses off?
Well, once the glasses are on, he stops. Then he starts getting serious.
That's true. He does.
Yeah,
he does get a bit serious.
He handles business.
Yeah.
They talk about the will of the D, but what about the will of the G?
2020.
Will of the G.
Will of the 2020.
Will of this G.
Neither worked. I really backed myself into
Where's
the corner
G?
with
Where did the G come from?
Glasses.
Oh my god.
I assume the D in Luffy's name means something.
Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
Destined.
Dubata.
Does it really?
No.
I thought
you got us.
You really did. I was like, what?
We got the phone call from the snail, and then before that, when Luffy was making fun of Sanji, that was so funny.
In the anime, like there's just little moments when I was watching it, and like I didn't know any better about the filler or anything, so I was just kind of watching it. But like moments like that when I'm like, that was just funny to me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't I see it in other but it's just like this is such an old series and it has like this type of humor that it just kind of like
it's just cute.
It's cute and it like impressed me and it keeps the flow of the story going really well for me.
Yeah, that was
it's
funny
just
too.
like I'm just amused by it constantly. Like I'm just constantly entertained by every chapter. And just
it's just the characters and how
I
they're
just like the
portrayed.
art and I like
the
just
art
like a
too.
lot of it. It's just like easy to like scroll through.
Yeah.
Like it's just super.
Especially getting to see
good.
Luffy as Sanji or pretending to be Sanji, like on the cover.
It was just
of the
stupid.
volume.
Like what? And like the
Usopp's just like dying.
Like there's one moment where they're like Luffy and Usopp were like killing me in the cage. Like they made me laugh so much. Like they were just bullshitting.
Yeah.
But it was like funny. Like, other characters would be like, "Shut up! Like what are you doing? Shut up!"
And they're like, "What else are we supposed to do? Like, what do you mean? Like, we're not doing anything."
Yeah,
and then like before even like when like they're in the desert, he's drinking water and he's like, "Just wet your lips, Luffy." And Luffy like takes a big old chug and he's like, "I just said wet your lips," and he's like just hitting them. It's just like the friendship moments that like really wrap it together. For me.
The friendship moment I think for me was the part when they were on the boat and they like got mad at Luffy for eating all the meat on the ship, and they were like, "No, that was supposed to last us, for however long it was supposed to last us. Like you ate all of it," and then you just see Usopp and Chopper, and I think was it just the two of them or was
oh no, it was
Zoro
Kadu.
Oh yes, the
Kadu, and they're all like
and they're
chopping.
all just like shoveling the last little bits of meat into their mouth.
Equally guilty.
Yeah, equally guilty. Like that's like you said, friendship moments. It is just like. It just makes them feel like friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're getting into all kinds of shenanigans together. Also, I think on their trip to getting captured, I think that's when they came across the Kung Fu Dugongs?
Dugongs.
Kung. Okay.
Oh, maybe. I mean, maybe that's a different arc.
Maybe that's a different chapter. You're reading a different.
That's what I've been waiting for.
169.
Oh.
We're pretty close to that,
We're
actually.
past it, actually, I think.
Oh, we did pass it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Mhm.
damn. Now we gotta wait till 420.
Now we gotta wait till chapter 420.
You know what's
baby.
funny is we're almost a fifth of the way through the story.
A fifth. I can't do math, so I'm gonna trust you.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
200
200
times 5.
is 1,000.
Could have fooled me.
You guys are so smart.
You guys are trying to trick me.
It's not a trick.
It's
It's
working.
a joke.
Guys,
No.
there is some magic.
Trying to
It's just-
trick
There's a
me.
magic
I
trick.
see.
Think
what you
about
guys
it.
are doing.
Think about it this way. What's 5 times 2?
10.
Well, don't. You have to let
It's
him.
10. I knew that before Nolan said it. It's 10.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
just you didn't
I said it
say
first, so I don't think they knew.
I don't. Now I can't. I don't think you knew that.
Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
It's
Yeah.
too late now because I already answered you.
Yeah. Because all you would have to do is add 2 zeros to that. and you
If
would
they
get-
knew, they would have answered first.
I mean, and you did.
But you answered so quick.
You
Like,
paused.
No, but if they knew,
You paused.
if they knew that, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
Hey,
were
this
already-
is directed towards Josh.
You also said
No,
nothing.
you also didn't say anything.
I was waiting for him.
All right.
What? No.
Anyway, but those are the
You're
cute
being
little-
too liberal with your meows.
Yeah.
I disagree.
She's got to take ownership of it,
I
dude.
disagree.
Ownership.
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 And it's,
Oh
and
my
it's Luffy
God.
ship.
Oh my
Well,
god.
how about friendship? And it's what they have.
It's true, and I like it. I like all of it. But those are the Kung Fu Dugongs.
I love them.
Dugongs?
The Dugongs.
Sounds like the
The
Dugongs, the seals.
Yeah, they're so
I don't know
cute.
if that's how you say it.
They're
I like
so
them.
cute. And Luffy's
Oh,
like,
and they beat up.
yeah, they're just like, they all love
one of,
him.
Yeah, one of them beats up Usopp.
Yeah, they're
And
like,
then-
don't get too close.
And then Luffy beats up one of them, and he's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
Shit out
weird
of
that
them.
he starts beating them with clubs. The baby
Oh.
seals.
he starts beating
Yeah,
them.
you gotta do what you gotta. You know.
I love
That was a
that
moment where I
part.
realized Luffy is a little more complicated when he beat those
Mhm.
baby seals.
You know what he's really
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
One thing about
Oh,
Luffy.
he's like a pirate.
One thing about
Yeah,
Luffy
yeah.
is that he's gonna fight anybody. He's literally
It's true.
a literally. This is going to happen. There's gonna be a baby, and he's like, "Fuck this baby!" Like I literally want to punch this baby.
I'd
he-
agree with that.
And
My
he's
neighbor-
like, he's very close to punching the baby.
Your neighbor punches baby.
no, they should. I'm kidding,
Oh
of
my
course. People, how dare you be in favor of punching? But shut up. I don't know. They bring their kid out just to cry about how they don't want to leave, and I counted. That went on for an hour this morning.
An hour.
Yeah, to their credit, they never raised their voice, but it was just like, I don't want to go, and it was just like, you can do this inside.
An hour is a long time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's my frustration.
Damn
Mm.
kids.
Damn kitties.
These damn kiddos.
I'm just like, I am so glad
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
that children will never happen. From
Children will never happen again on Earth.
yes, in this economy.
In this economy.
And
Hell no.
that's what we love to hear. Welcome back to Economy Talk on Volume 1. Yeah, just to kind of get through, because this is really where everything I think in the battle starts to really amp up. Once we
Yeah.
came across like the Sea Prism, stone cage, and everything that's going on with the Straw Hats being locked up, it cuts away, and we do see that the fake king is going around town. Mr. Bon Clay is going around town, and he is
Wait, the fake king? You mean he was faking it?
fake king. Fuck yes, dude. Fuck.
Dude, Cody has been fucking killing you guys.
I think he ate the fire fruit, dude. Because it's just like he's on fire.
He's-
What?
You sounded
drank it.
genuinely upset
I know.
that like he got it.
No, I know. I am upset. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of lacking.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's because my mic arm came off.
Oh yeah, you're still holding that.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's the only reason. But yeah,
What other?
it's just the mic arm, dude.
Yeah.
So the fake king and that boy, the boy in the village, the boy who has lost his faith in the king, wants to join, even asks, I forget his name, Koza, if he can join, and he's like, nah, you remind me too much of me, kid, get out of here. This is no place for a kid.
It's literally the way he's drawn. He's just like,
he's like losing his mind.
they're all drawn like they always at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a general smile or everyone is screaming, crying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those are the two emotions.
Really
in
got
the
Megan with
series.
that one. Yeah, she's really losing it. Yeah, dude, he's crazy. He's losing his mind. He's a young kid who's lost all hope. And then he sees the king, Mr. Bon Clay. He's burning shit. He's tearing the city down.
Yeah, he's fucking evil. They're all
He
evil.
really is.
But he does see when Mr. Bon Clay turns the corner, he does see him revert back to his true form. So he realizes that he is a fake king, not the real king. And that's when Mr. One and Miss, I think, Double Finger come around the corner and just beat the shit out of him.
They murk him.
They really do. They're like,
they-
oh, little boy, you shouldn't have seen what you saw.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Blah,
his
blah,
fault.
blah.
Yeah. Cody should be part of Baroque Works. They hit kids on the regular.
No, that'd be dope if
That'd
I
be
could
dope.
just beat up children who see when like the imposter openly changes.
Exactly.
Just
And he like is very
Like,
close.
this is one of the best parts of the job.
yeah, because
And I'd be like,
there's always someone around. when
There's
he
always
does
someone
it.
around.
and I get to beat up children.
That's sick.
For some sort of goal we have.
I'd be in Baroque Works. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
he's like super close to telling them what he saw, and then he just passes out.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks, thank you,
Thanks. Kid.
thanks.
Well, I thought that they were going to kill him, dude. I thought he was dead. I thought he was done.
I'm surprised
there
he
was
didn't.
there was one part where I thought someone died, and I went like, "Oh fuck!" Oh, never mind. And then
Was it a main character or was it a side character?
It was someone who turned out to be sand.
Oh.
And like I went like, "Oh damn!" I literally went, "Oh, maybe I was wrong about the." Oh no, he's alive.
Yeah, that scene was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get through it, they are now, after the Fake King incident, they are back in the cage. Crocodile gives Vivi that decision, right? Like, you can either go stop this rebellion, but you're far. It's going to take you a long time. You got to leave right now to go do it, or save the Straw Hats. But then he gives the key to the crocodiles to eat, which we find out later, which I thought this was like a super awesome villain move, because, we've seen villains do that all the time where they're like, here's the key, go get it. Robin asks him, like, what if they get the key? And he's like, that's not the real key. Like, I don't care.
You think I'm an idiot?
Yeah. I'm not going to give him the real key.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was kind of fun to do. While this is happening, that's when Mr. Prince, a.k.a. Sanji, comes in to save the day. Vivi's kind of pulling her own weight, too. Vivi's kind of like,
She's getting her
doing
shit
well.
rocked.
she's getting rocked for sure, but she's like,
Yeah.
she's not running away.
No.
But she has
in fear.
experience like fighting. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's doing the best she can.
Would you classify that as pulling her own weight?
I mean, she didn't die.
she does the
That's
best
true.
she can, man.
She was doing the best. I mean, everyone is kind of like pepping her up. They're like, "Go, Vivi!" She's like, she's
And she
hanging
did her
in there.
thing. She
Yeah,
she
go,
dipped.
Vivi,
She
we're
found
gonna fucking
Sanji.
die.
I mean, against like this huge crocodile and shit. I mean, she's not really like
And
all
she
that
found Sanji.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she left and found Sanji. Exactly.
I mean, Sanji was on his way, I feel like.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
but he needed to know where it was.
That's
at.
true.
Mhm.
He needed to
Because
know
it was
exactly
like it was
where they were.
literally like underground.
That's true.
Mhm.
And they show up, and of course, when Sanji shows up, dude, to save the day, nothing makes me happier than when Sanji shows up to save the day, dude. Looking good in his glasses.
Looking good.
In his glasses. And they Smoker also has this moment too where he's like, go after this crocodile. I recognize the roar. They do go after the crocodile that they know, I guess, ate the key.
Mhm.
And they find a ball inside of it. And they crack the ball open, and it's Mr. 3.
Yeah,
Who
who
is-
we killed earlier.
Yeah,
We
I
thought
thought
he
he
did.
was dead for sure.
Yeah,
Three.
it was like an Austin Powers
Yeah.
moment with him.
Totally.
Like a Dr. Evil when he pushed
Yes.
the button.
Crocodile is literally he's modeled after like a James Bond villain. It's great.
I do get that kind of
He's
vibe.
modeled after like, and then
Iron
like
Jaws?
not exactly like the same vein as a James Bond, like somebody who's like dressed nice,
runs a
has-
casino.
Yeah, runs a casino
Mm.
underground, and then underground he has his like villain organization, and then he literally has like crocodiles, like a tank of like sea life that'll kill you.
Classic.
Yeah, like literally classic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crocodiles.
Yeah. But then like the
Sharks.
rest of Alabasta feels like an Indiana Jones like a type of
Mm.
adventure
Yeah.
to the capital. And like
Mm.
I like how all the arrows, like you see it on the
Yeah.
map, all the arrows, and you just like you feel like it's really like interconnected. You feel like it's really good setup. I mean,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I like the build up.
No, for sure. And it does change completely too. Like once they get free and they, use Mr. 3, and
Mhm.
his wax ability to create a key, they leave him there for Crocodile, and Crocodile, out of pride, I guess, is like, I'm not going to let them kind of get away with it.
Mhm.
And Robin's telling him like, you don't have to worry about them right now.
Yeah.
Like leave them alone. And he's like, no, I'm going to go.
I can't.
I can't. I'm going to go take care of business.
Mhm.
And I think that is right around the time where we get that sort of like and I call it the first, but it is really the first Luffy versus kind of crocodile situation.
For sure. Round one.
And it's a crazy fight because we just see, how strong Crocodile is, and he sets like a little hourglass dart by his feet, and he's like, you got 3 minutes, and Luffy is just brute force strength, punching and punching and punching to no avail. It's just sand after sand after sand.
Sand. It's literally sand.
Yeah. And it ends, or towards the end of it, it ends with like, before the big thing happens, like he mummifies his hand or like his arm. His arm. And it comes you come away from it and you just see the shriveled up arm, and then you're like, oh fuck, man, how are you gonna like come back from that? And that's where the water comes into play that he got from, what is his name, Toto earlier. And then the big thing happens, which is where just Crocodile just takes his big ass hook and just impales Luffy through the chest. Which was pretty intense. Because here's another thing. And maybe this is a spoiler, but something does happen to Luffy. I don't know what it is. And I don't think it's a spoiler. I would even say it's less of a spoiler than the Robin thing. Because
never gonna let that go, that you don't think that was a spoiler.
Which wasn't.
That's why did we find that out?
Yeah, we found out. A lot of people said it wasn't.
Oh.
Some people said it was.
What did a lot of people say that it was?
Some people did.
A lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
I think this is less of a spoiler, though. Sorry, Megan. That something happens to Luffy, right? And, we see promotional pictures of him, and there is sort of a mark that he has on him, right? Like a big mark that he has on him. So I remember when I read this the first time, I thought, like, is this how he gets that mark?
Yeah, I thought his arm shriveled up, so he was going to be like, oh, I can stretch my other muscles over, and he was going to get some upgrade there.
Right. And then
instead he Popeyed his way out of that.
He did Popeye his way out of it.
Yes,
he really
sir.
did.
Yes, sir.
He really did.
That's what he needs. That's what Luffy needs. Just give me some meat. Give me something to eat.
Yeah, he was. And I like Popeye.
I like Popeye too.
And I didn't recognize it till you said it, but it's very.
Luffy is very similar
to Popeye.
Luffy is very similar to Popeye. He takes ideas from Popeye.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Sailors.
I could go for
the Sailor
Popeyes
Man,
right
yes.
now,
Yeah, Popeyes is
good. I liked that Luffy lost a fight, but it did remind me of those Hunter x Hunter fights where, where it's just like one person, and how Luffy was on the opposite end of it, which was nice, but it was just like one person is indestructible in this fight and the other person tries, and then they get like smacked and taken down.
Yeah, and he didn't walk away from it with like little to no injury. I mean, he did get pretty rocked by it, I guess, which was kind of cool. Like he did lose. I get what you're saying. But what was cool too is that we finally got to see, and we've seen it before, I guess, in the story, but we got to see that like Robin comes to save him, and that there is something not
she has questions.
Fully, like she's not fully evil or as evil as like Crocodile and some of the other people. Like she's got questions.
There's been hints.
Yeah, there's been hints. And
I mean, every interaction you see with her, she's trying to help somebody. Like the first time at Whiskey Peak, she literally gave them. That was probably true.
Yeah.
From what we know now, that was literally, they could have just followed that and they would have gotten there immediately. And then the second time, like she's saying all this stuff, like you don't have to chase after them. Like don't chase after them, but just like, I don't care. And then the third time.
Yeah. And then we find out that she didn't end up killing someone that we thought was dead.
Right around this time, we find out that someone else is alive.
Oh, yeah.
Our boy with the hair, the gun hair.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
I wrote it down.
He was the me guy, that guy.
Oh, the guy that I said I don't believe he died in the explosion.
Yep.
Yeah,
and you were like, no.
Yeah, I knew that he didn't. But I had to, you believed me, right?
No. I seriously am like, no, there's no way he's going to die.
I thought I was pretty convincing.
No.
Oh, I didn't write his name down.
Igram is his name.
Igram.
Igram, yeah. He is back. He's alive. Yeah, I had you guys fooled. You guys didn't know that. I had you guys fooled.
Oh, yeah, I
just
didn't
like
read it.
he blew up, and I'm like, I don't believe it. I'll believe it when a named character dies.
But what's also cool too is I forgot to mention at the beginning of it, and I think maybe we did mention it, but just in case we didn't, but that the when the Straw Hats met Bon Clay in the very beginning, they tied these bandages around their arms that if anybody was going to copy them or take their shape, their body, their identity, that they would know that it wasn't them because of this bandage.
You
And
can
then-
avoid the classic. But who's
Yeah.
the real one? I have the bandage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
then they go even further because there's a moment later. Are we at that part pretty much where all of the Straw Hats are?
Because this is like about to happen. Because like after Luffy gets defeated,
He gets stabbed in the fucking
body,
body.
body.
through the
One
chest.
Piece gets even bloodier. It gets pretty bloody.
It goes, yeah, it was pretty gory. I was like, oh,
Yeah, like people gritting their teeth and then like fucking blood flying out like all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, they go crazy sometimes.
Yeah, he went straight through the heart. We found out and we saw that it was kind of through that
Mhm.
like water little mini barrel that he
Yeah.
has. And then Robin comes to save him. Then we cut to the gang trying to take Vivi to stop the rebellion, right?
Mhm.
And so their plan is Karu, right, shows up
yeah, with his gang.
with his gang, and they're so fun and
They're
cool to
so
see.
cool.
I like the duck gang. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love them.
like the supersonic speed.
Yeah.
Hill
Yeah.
squad something.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
and there's like a Oda notes.
Mhm.
There's someone's just like, I love them. They're so cute.
Mhm.
What are their names? Just let me know.
Yeah.
And apparently it was like someone he knew. He was like, you can't fool me. I know you. You helped me out for like 4 years. So I guess you shouldn't do this because this is for like readers, but here you go.
That's funny.
It was just so cute.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're awesome. I love them. They all get one. Like all the Straw Hats get one, and they go to kind of stop this rebellion from happening. And it's like this war that's finally about to happen. Everything that Vivi's been like trying to prevent, it's in the middle of actually happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's so late. She's trying her hardest to get there at the last minute.
Mhm.
And what's even crazier is like how close she gets, and the fact that well, first they all like hide their identity by wearing these like cloaks.
They wear
Matching, yeah.
cloth over themselves.
This cloth, yeah, and that's super smart. That's the what you think the initial diversion is. The second diversion is that it is none of them,
Mhm.
and or Vivi is none of them. Vivi went a different way, and
Yeah.
Vivi is in the middle of the battlefield, and she's like waiting for this army that's like coming towards her. She tells Karu like, you could leave if you want to leave. And they're coming for her. And she sees her friend. She sees Koza. And she's like, Koza. And then a cannon, fires off and smoke comes up. And you realize that one of the people in the army, the royal army, under Chaka's command is a double agent for Baroque Works. Because you see the symbol was on his armor. And it's like, I get it was for the story, but also like, don't put it on your armor, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
literally did.
How else would you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
It's yeah, they literally just
You
do
have to
that.
have it on physically on them.
They're just bold.
You have to. Yeah, they're bold.
They're bold. They
They're
don't
just
care.
so bold. Yeah, they're like,
It's a
"Fuck it."
statement about the lack of oversight in the Navy.
Facts.
And that could be, you could have something there. You could
Oh.
have
Did it.
something there. dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Could have something there. But they go off all their separate ways. And that's when, like, they all have their own enemies to fight. And the only fight we really get to see in this part is the Usopp and Chopper versus Mr. Four and Merry Christmas.
Miss Merry
Miss Merry Christmas.
Mhm.
But before that, that's where the reveal of their real reason they're wearing the bandages is because Bon Clay Mr. 2 tries to show up and convince one of them that like, hey, I'm Usopp, like come
Yeah.
with me, leave the
And then-
bird there.
Yeah,
Vivi
because
was like-
Karu got his shit rocked.
Yeah.
I thought Karu was dead for sure. I was like, damn, okay, I guess we're doing
This
this.
is how it goes out.
I was like, I mean, it's like kind of cool. I was like, okay. And then I mean, he is messed up though, but
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't die.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I thought he was dead.
So
like,
many
oh.
He
times
gets
I
fucked
read
up,
these
huh?
and I'm like, is Megan crying because she thinks they're dead right now?
Yeah.
No, the only time I really cried in One Piece was the Chopper
Mm-hmm.
story. That's pretty much the only time I've
Yeah,
really,
you were balling though.
Yeah. That's
Well-
the only time I've really, really cried. Everything else I'm like, oh.
Karu though is like a character who I think, not that I want him to die, but if there was going to be a character that was going to die,
That could have
Like,
some impact.
yeah,
it'd be
you know,
Karu.
yeah.
Mhm.
I
The
always,
sacrificial lamb.
sacrificial
Mm.
duck. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Yeah.
that's what you were doing.
Well, there's just it's like a character who like has to die to like establish stakes in a story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but I
or
thought.
a Mauve shirt.
Well, oh yeah.
You know that one.
Well, like a red shirt. Like a Star Trek.
So a red shirt is like characters who exist to die, without the protagonist being in any danger. A mauve shirt, and I don't think I'm pronouncing that right.
Mauve
Shirt. Is that someone who's like, it's a red shirt who gets a little bit of attention.
Oh, I like that.
And then they die. So you go like, oh, maybe there are not. So people who talk also die.
Oh, I thought you were saying that mauve shirt was a fancier way of saying red shirt.
No,
no, that's burgundy shirt.
Oh,
we can get into burgundy shirts.
Nolan, be careful. You're wearing,
wow.
You're wearing burgundy and I'm wearing red.
Well, you're wearing red. Well, yeah, why are you wearing red? You're wearing burgundy.
I'm wearing maroon, which is what
we
you
have
are.
the kind of like
a
the
maroon.
Same, we kind of have like the same color palette.
I'm not really wearing. Oh, I guess I'm.
No, Josh ruined
got
it with
dark.
orange.
Yeah, that one.
It's Ace's head.
Yeah,
It's
you're right. Yeah, he ruined it.
Yeah, he ruined it.
He ruined it. Yeah.
But anyway, that leads us to the.
they all get their matchups. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And it's cool how like when they revealed that
Yeah.
they were like that, they're like so sad, too bad, like, and that whole panel.
That was awesome.
they're
That
like,
was
so sad,
awesome.
so sad.
Yeah, wrong. Too bad. All of them. Even
Yeah.
the camel eyelashes
Yeah.
is
Oh,
like
eyelashes.
crying.
We forgot to talk about eyelashes.
Love
yeah.
eyelashes.
Yeah.
I love these little like Oda does it so well. I'm an animal lover, avid. I
Well,
love
yeah.
all of the
They literally
little,
just like tell you that animals have sentience and
They're-
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
they all have. They're all aware.
they're so cute
Yeah.
too. Like the
They're good.
little, like the chapter pages.
He does animals really well.
Oh, it's so adorable. There's one with like Luffy cooking
Yeah.
meat with dogs. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like Wolf or like Bow Wow? I don't know, but I'm here.
It's like unbelievably cute sometimes.
It's
I'm
It
like,
really is.
Why?
anytime Chopper is on the page, I literally want to bawl my eyes out because he's so damn adorable, and I've never. He has a power over me.
There was also another page where like Usopp was
Just
just
his
kicking
chopper.
it there, and he was wearing like a black suit.
Yeah.
And he was just like chilling
With
and
the dog,
I
I was like,
was like, oh my god, like just the swagger that this man gave Usopp for this cover page. It made me feel things. It made me question kind of who I was and what I'm attracted
Why
to.
is?
You know.
oh.
Speaking
Yeah.
of cover,
So it's
wait,
good.
you know the postscript or whatever you call the stories that
Yeah.
happened before. I forgot about
Yeah.
those, and then I went in, and then all I saw was the one where he goes like, "And now I'm gonna hypnotize you to forget this happened." I'm like, so that doesn't even.
Yeah, Django.
Yeah.
Django
Yeah.
is like, we are no longer friends, and everyone else is like crying, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
Did you like forget those were stories were happening?
I was just like, I wasn't really paying. The last couple volumes, I felt like it really didn't go anywhere. Like I was really interested
seemed
when
like-
it was Kobe, but then out of
Because they were like with Kobe, he was like doing stuff, and then with
Yeah.
the second character, they were also like escaping. And
Not
with
all
this, it
cover
was like,
stories are equal.
oh, they're at like a shopping mart, and I think they're high fiving. And then I'm like, okay, I guess those characters are friends now. Is that what? And then he goes, never mind. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of listeners aren't going to be really happy about this, but I kind of stopped.
The
like-
cover stories?
I mean, I would look at them, but I wouldn't really like.
No, the ones that you'll pay attention to, like you're gonna want to pay attention to them. Like there's definitely more interesting cover stories than fucking like Django and relax. Oh, it's fine.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
But
I would look
I
at it to
understand,
see
but-
if anything like
but-
really interesting looked like it was
Yeah.
happening, and if it wasn't, if I just saw
But there's
more
so
Django,
much
then I was
happening.
like,
It was
in the
just
chapter.
like I was like, oh no, I forgot to read those.
yeah.
But then I see like them. But then he just goes, forget that happened. I'm like, oh well, I guess I didn't miss
You're
anything.
like, sick, awesome,
All right, cool. Well, I'm caught up with this guy.
sounds good. I forgot it worked. It worked.
It really worked.
Or it already worked on us,
oh,
and that's
I
why we
did.
forgot that
Shit.
we read it.
dude.
I did
I know a guy that might still be suffering from hypnosis from high school.
from the Django
I don't know.
chapters.
Oh, he
It's
was
Alex.
institutionalized.
I don't know.
what
Oh,
is there
yeah.
like is it like a word
He just has
you
like
can-
lapses of like, and he's just like, oh, like he hears a certain phrase and he'll be like he'll like react to
And
it.
that was from probably
What?
that was from
That's
One
from
Piece
the
probably.
I think it might have been from One Piece.
Oh my
Oh
god!
And he met
This is
Django in
scary.
the forest.
And that
My friend met Django in the forest.
that's the
He got
start,
hypnotized.
the start of a very sinister sentence right there.
Yeah, this guy met. He kind of dressed like Michael Jackson, and
Oh,
and then
darker.
Michael Jackson was also a hypnotist, I guess. And then
Oh,
yeah, he just did like a little trick, and now I'm scarred for life.
I don't really remember why though.
Mm.
But certain noises, it just
Yeah, certain things just give me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh no.
But like I said, Bon Clay kind of shows up, tries to show
Yeah.
them, is like impersonating Usopp, tries to show Vivi, like, Vivi, don't worry about Karu. Karu's done for. Check out my bandage. Like, I'm cool. Come with me. And she's like, nah, get out of here. And then you realize that it's because there's something under the bandage. There's a symbol So you have to unroll your bandage and show this X on your arm.
Double bluff.
Double bluff. It was a double diversion.
Yeah, it was pretty lit.
Yeah, it was super lit. And that is what leads us into the first fight that we see, but the last fight of this like arc that we're talking about today, which is awesome. And it is Chopper and Usopp versus Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. Four, which is the mole member of Baroque Works. And this confusing, but cool and unique and awesome and powerful, but funny and hilarious devil fruit user that looks like his inanimate object, a gun,
ate a
devil fruit.
Yeah, the mut fruit.
So this concept is, I didn't realize how early they introduce it, but I'll just say that it has so much potential onto like what it means for like the grand story. Because if you're able to give, you can give any devil fruit to any object.
How does it eat it?
You soak it in it.
Maybe.
That's it. They don't tell you in this arc. I'll just say,
but they do tell you.
You put the fruit in the magazine.
You put the weed in the coconut,
and then you shoot it. Shoot,
smoke
baby.
that shit up.
Then,
but yeah,
and then you shoot it up,
Crazy.
and then
I like it again.
And then you fuse yourself to the gun.
Why wouldn't you just eat it? Because there's a gun in there.
It's a gun.
This is the gun.
It's a gun.
What do you mean?
He's like gonna eat it. He's like holding.
I
the
did
gun,
like
holding
it. I like the sneezing dog Lasso. He's really cute.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous and it's
Love it.
funny, but it's also kind of cool. And like I said, like I guess the badass part of it is the implications, which you're saying are something that, or
They're
is something
pretty
that
prominent.
does. Yeah.
Like more prominent than you would even initially believe, because it's literally the concept of applying a devil fruit, the powers of a devil fruit, to inanimate objects.
They give it to the ship,
Take with it what you will.
and then the ship becomes its own character, and now the ship can fly.
I mean, don't even
Take with it what you will.
It's called
I'll
the
just
sail
say.
sail fruit, and then
Whew.
the ship.
that noise was like you're too close.
The ship also gets a little face on it, and it's constantly crying while screaming, and that's how it communicates.
Like
Oh
the
my God.
Behelit.
Yeah.
Did he fucking solve it, y'all? Comment below.
Yeah, comment below if you solved it.
I would be mad if I was right.
I mean, I don't know, dude. It sounds kind of fun.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
does.
yeah,
It sounds kind of-
sentient ship's not a bad thing.
And if it's like screaming that's pretty funny, dude.
He's getting shot by cannons.
If it's getting shot by,
Oh, every like cannon like hurts it, and they're like, oh, we have to be even more gentle with the ship.
Yeah.
Because we used
Or
to be able to just let
Find
anything-
alternatives.
And it hate fish too. It's like something just touched me.
Oh, but then it wouldn't be able to swim, so it can't be the ship.
But what if you give it a coating made out of
See, these are the things
out of anti-sea stone?
These are
and
the
it's-
things that this arc gives you and think about. The arc's not over yet too. So
I know.
This is the first like.
this is the
half.
first half, literally.
Yeah.
So they're gonna tell you things, and the more I think about the arc, the more I realize how much they really do set up in like ideas, devil fruits, concepts. Like they set up a lot for the future in this arc, and that's why I say that it's the first major arc in the story, is because there's a lot to, or like the first like overall saga of the story, like the first really prominent one, and it's just like impressive. It's just still I reread it, just as impressive the first time,
And that fight,
even more so with details I know now.
just to go through it a little bit, I mean, because I do feel like it showcases how powerful, I think, and resourceful, I guess more than powerful, Usopp and Chopper are, and especially together. And you get to see Usopp and the tricks that he has up his sleeve with the 5-ton hammer, and you know, also more of the rumble ball a little bit with Chopper. But, and also them as a team was really fun. How did you feel about that fight, watching them fight together?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was so.
Dude, those are my favorite characters. Those two are my favorite. I was like, hell yeah. And they're just, it was awesome. Like the lies, and then like, you know, the underground tunnels, and then she turns into a mole, and they've been calling her a mole this whole time. And then when she turns into like a penguin, and I was just like, you guys
are crazy.
You guys are so funny. But it was amazing. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Even like Usopp did get his shit rocked pretty much for the end of the fight, and he's like getting dragged around, and he's like trying to help Chopper and like, you know, getting her to a certain location, and then they just knock it out of the park. Home
They
run.
really do.
Knock it out of the Arlong Park.
Knock it out of the Arlong Park.
I just have nothing else to say. Except
It was good. It was good, and I'm mad because I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did nothing that whole.
You damn. Nada. You did nothing. Damn.
Nada.
But yeah, there's that
Not a
moment-
fruit.
No, I got the lot of fruit.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
There was an awesome moment where Usopp got, like you said, he got rocked, and it showed the X-ray, the skeleton of him cracking his fucking skull, cracking
his
his
nose.
bones, cracking
Like
his
seeing the nose broken, you know?
Yeah, that's that shot where he's like, you can laugh at whatever you want, but you're not laughing at Luffy because they get the news that Luffy's dead.
Yeah, but I think they know that it's bullshit.
Well, I mean, they're like,
Yeah.
when you hear someone's
But
dead,
they're
you're like,
like-
it's a lie, you're lying.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
definitely like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but you know,
Like,
I'm
that's a
gonna do
stretch to think Luffy's dead.
I don't like that. You've had a lot of hits.
it. Dude, you,
That
like,
wasn't one of them.
literally,
Oh.
I don't believe
It's because
you.
it was
I
low-hanging
think you're
devil
right.
fruit,
Cody,
which
that's
is
not
what
true.
another thing that we
If that
found
was
before.
just
funny.
to set up that, then that's a fair joust.
that was one
But,
of the,
like-
that was one of the best ones,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I respect you using it to set up
Okay.
yours,
Okay,
but you don't have to stand on my toes to raise
I
yourself up.
feel like
Ooh.
I feel like you've said it before. That's why
A stretch.
I
yeah, maybe. I
Well,
think
of course,
so.
he's a fucking the stretchy guy that wants all the gold.
And I have
What do you
more-
want me to do with him?
I have more faith in your abilities as have been shown today.
Well, as they'll be shown in more of them as we go on.
Dude,
As they'll
see,
be
this is
shown in Jump.
Is that-
That was it.
Oh,
The name of a company.
Yeah. Well, because like shown in.
Yes,
know?
he just
that was.
No, I know, but I was trying to.
You could have said that's a shonen jump to come to that conclusion.
That's what I was gonna say.
he's holding
Shit.
he's holding the mic.
And
He's holding the mic.
5 plus 5 is 10. I know.
The times. They said times.
I
Josh.
know
They
5
said
times 5
times,
is
Josh.
10. I know
You-
5 times 5 is 10. I know that.
You were actually wrong about that. You said 5 plus.
5 is 10. I'm not stupid.
I think he said 2.
You said 2. You said 5 plus 2 is 10.
You know what? Why don't you
Literally, you
jump off
messed
my
up
back.
basic math.
Uh-huh.
And it's like,
How
oh,
did
I
I
guess.
mess it up? How did I mess it up?
What's 5 plus 2?
I'm scared.
7.
I'm scared too.
And
I'm scared too.
5 plus 5 is 10. 5 times 5. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But
5, here's an easy mnemonic. 5 times 5, that's 2 5s, 25.
Algebra.
pretty good. Pretty good little trick.
Yeah,
Oh.
little way of remembering that, because then you just go there, well, there's 2
Yeah.
25.
Wow. I feel like my shit got rocked. I feel like
Yeah,
Usopp
it
right
did
now.
a little bit. Your
You know?
nose is broken, I think.
My nose is broken?
Yeah.
Really? Anyway, cool fight.
Damn.
Loved it. Loved it. No, I did.
Yeah.
I did like it a lot. I thought it was really cool, and especially like you said, the implications. Sick. That moment of Usopp getting his face broken and still saying like, "No, I'm gonna stand up for what I believe in. I'm gonna stand up for my friend and my friend's dreams. Like you don't talk down about him and what he wants to accomplish and is going to accomplish because I believe in him." Like, and being a regular guy and seeing how and knowing how scared he is and how much of a coward he is, and seeing the paper
Yeah.
mache 5-ton hammer thing, like
Mhm.
for him to actually stand up and not have anything up his sleeve and to just be ready to get like rocked
Mhm.
Yeah.
was pretty cool. A pretty cool character moment for my guy.
Yeah, Usopp would definitely.
Usopp's the best.
Yeah, Usopp. It's definitely a step up from his fight in Arlong Park. It's definitely the scale is much
Uh-huh.
bigger, and he definitely gets hurt way more. But I'll just say in One Piece, like the more experience you have, like you literally get stronger physically, mentally. Like it's the same concept of like going out in the world, growing.
So it's similar to a
then-
video game.
No, I didn't disagree. It was just your like I didn't know if it was like a negative or not. I
No,
couldn't,
this
like,
is a
just
problem.
assert-
And I'm done clarifying it for people.
No, I
I'm
didn't think it was.
I'm gonna have them just assume I'm wrong now.
No, but it was literally just the delivery. I'm like, okay, like I'd be down to like talk to you about like if it was even if it, but then you clarified that it wasn't negative. But I initially believed it to be like something you had a criticism. So I was down to like elaborate on
I'll
it
grant
more.
you, my voice sounds critical all the time.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
But
it
you
does. Yeah, it does.
should know, based off the glasses alone, that comparing something to a video game isn't bad.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I didn't, but it was like I didn't think that concept was the bad part. It was the just the delivery,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
said. So
And which was what made you so good at working at the pizza shop.
Yeah, delivery.
pizza,
DiGiorno.
motherfucker.
If you didn't say DiGiorno, that would have been much better.
Okay, thanks. Noted.
It was good
Thank
with
you.
the DiGiorno and
Thank
without.
Cody has the right to criticize your puns because he's literally had the best
Yeah,
ones.
he
by
might
far.
qualify.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie. Both of you have been so fucking disappointing. It's been pretty bad.
I know.
Oh yeah,
I know.
It's the hats, I think.
It's the hats.
It's weighing on us.
It's like
I mean,
yeah, what are
hey,
those, like 10 gallons?
Yeah.
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 10 gallons? What are those 10
Yeah.
gallons?
I will take that. No.
When we take the hats off, it's just all the ideas are going to come out. All the jokes are going to come out.
Well, my
yeah.
hat's off to you.
All right, Cody, come on. Let
Dude,
us have a
he's
little bit.
fucking wiping you guys.
Let us have a little bit. Okay?
No, just stop.
I would.
Stop, bro.
You were freaking like, you shut down my pun last time? I will never forget that.
He came with the heat.
Don't put
this
the
one.
mic down.
You
I
can't.
shut down your pun to set up mine.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh.
said.
Set him up to knock
Oh,
him
fuck. I
down.
was too busy putting my mic back in the thing. Damn it. Anyway,
Got
good.
him.
that's the end of this arc.
That's the end. That's it.
I want to keep,
Finn.
if anybody else has anything to say, anything to add about the fight and just about everything that was shown in that fight, because I think that it was so cool. And I know things about Usopp. This is the thing, and I'm going to keep it very vague, but cultural osmosis and seeing things.
Yeah,
it's hard to.
it's
It's
been
hard
going
to.
on for
Yeah.
fucking like 22, 25 years.
Oh, I'm just
but-
getting so tired.
There's a very specific clip I've seen that, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then I saw it like 3 times. And I'm like, the more I saw it, the less funny I thought it was.
What?
And I'm waiting to get to that part. But
Yeah.
Is it a big spoiler?
kind of. Because
Probably.
it's relevant to what you're kind of hinting at, too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know there's this like really, I'm not gonna even say that, but yeah. There's things with characters and like you said, their growth, their experience, and like watching them become stronger and like kind of seeing them on that journey is really, really cool. And just seeing these little
Mhm.
sprinkles of Usopp like stepping up to the plate,
Yeah, it's cool.
it is really, really cool.
Yeah. And it's like, I like Alabasta a lot. It's just like the theme of it again. It's completely different from Drum Island. It's just a completely different like setting, completely different like type of story. Like there's a lot of like running and like trying to get somewhere. And then that's like half of it. But then the other half is just straight like action and then aftermath. That's it.
Mm.
Was this on the summer island? Or are they done with the season islands?
Well, this island I think is for sure based off of ancient Egypt, but I don't know if
It's a summer island.
'Cause they were on the winter island.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did spring already?
No, I don't think they've like from when they started talking about that concept. I don't think they've been to like a spring one.
Oh, so summer to winter to summer.
Yeah.
Sounds like California.
Uh-huh.
What are they in
Yes,
California?
sir.
Sacramento.
That's the capital of California.
Yeah.
Apparently, I still.
Call back.
Call back, educational. Learn something. You learned that the
Sacramento.
capital of California is Sacramento, and you did learn for the first time
They did
here on
learn
this
that.
podcast
Yeah.
that 5 times 5 is in fact 25.
That's
You
good.
remembered.
I did because of your mnemonic device. 2 5s, 25. How was that for bringing something, Nolan?
That's good.
I brought a little bit of education.
Bro,
But it was
what?
like, you
I
just
told
needed-
you that.
You just needed to
I
follow
retained
through. Like
Yeah,
you
you
literally
just
had it
follow
in your
through.
you like
I know.
you had like many times.
I know.
Like I'm sorry, I just have to. It was many times. It was just so. I'm saying this because Cody was so impressive with
Yeah.
like, and then you guys would like play catch up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not doing it, y'all.
Yeah. We
You're
know.
not doing it like
Yeah.
Cody's doing it. This
We were
episode.
just like super invested in
This
like, the
episode?
story.
Oh, yeah. Fuck
Yes.
us, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck us. Yeah.
Yeah, too much brain required to remember what happened. They couldn't think about anything else.
I mean, I
Yeah,
gotta
wow.
have a comeback.
Wow.
I gotta have a comeback. I
That-
gotta have a comeback. I gotta have a comeback.
Couldn't have been a more perfect reaction to me saying that.
I do have a comeback.
Hmm.
Let me take my hat off, actually, because that's where it's at. Fuck you.
Oh.
What the?
You said what?
What the heck?
What the?
Sorry, that's why you don't. That's why you need to have the hat on.
Josh just scared the
Damn,
fuck
no
out
cap. No cap.
of me. No.
And that's how we gotta end it, dude. What a fire way to end the episode.
Fire.
What a fire way to end what is the first half of a pretty fun arc so far. Like you said, it sets up a lot of stuff. The fighting is cool. The battle is cool. And I feel like in the second half, well, I know what happens in the second half, but I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to reread it, re-experience it, talk about it with all of you guys, talk about it with everybody watching and listening. Yeah. How did you guys feel now that we're done with the first half? I know you can't really speak on the whole of the arc, but just like, how do you feel about this arc and what it's setting up? Who wants to go first?
A lot of good moments. Again, I'm just happy to see Chopper more involved with the Straw Hats, and I'm curious. I mean, every time I say I'm curious to see how this ends, because I really don't have any idea of how they're going to resolve this, because there's a lot of moving parts right now. Especially with not only Crocodile, but just like there's like a war is going on. So like Luffy can't just like stand up and be like, stop fighting. Like Vivi can't just stand up and be like, everyone like calm down, because there's just so many moving parts with all the characters and their motivation. So I'm just kind of in a weird spot right now. Like, how is this gonna play out? But I really enjoyed it. It like I said, volume 20 went like super fast. I was just like, reading it. I mean, this is, I think, the most action, I guess, that we've seen in One Piece so far. So it's pretty
they're
entertaining.
all trying to like get to like, it's like a chase scene. Like a lot of it was like a chase, and then, which was cool, but now they're literally at like a full battle.
Yeah.
And it's like there's even more things that they didn't talk about beforehand that reveals motive, like especially for Crocodile, because this first half they go into his psyche kind of, but they don't really like, it's not the same as the later half, and you see like what he's trying to really do.
Yeah. Cody, how did you feel about the first part of this arc?
It's fine. I assume Luffy's gonna get a power up soon.
I don't know.
Because
it just seems like he needs water and he'd be able to do something.
Well, ocean water. I mean, they introduce an element that can negate powers, and then they show that. So I don't know. I'm assuming he's gonna get something to let him smack the sand guy.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be maybe at its core that, but I think it's gonna be a little more entertaining. And
so you think that'll happen?
Well, I think it has to happen. I mean, he has to defeat Crocodile, right? I mean, but how is that going to happen? I don't know. But I think it has to be Luffy that does it. And I also, me and Nolan, we've read this already.
Yeah.
So I'm also
I haven't.
I'm also trying not to give anything away. So maybe Luffy doesn't defeat Crocodile. Maybe Crocodile
he dies.
Maybe Tony freaking eats him.
Maybe
Tony just fucking eats it.
yeah.
How about that?
And maybe Crocodile becomes the new leader of the Straw Hats. And maybe the reason that you guys
that's what makes a good story.
And everybody thinks,
when you don't
then we
realize when things happen and you didn't think they were happening, and that's what happened. And then something else actually happens.
Yep. And then you think, oh, well, then how come we've seen Luffy on all the covers, and how come we've seen Luffy everywhere? We know Luffy lives. It's Mr. Bon Clay this whole time.
Oh my!
That would genuinely be impressive writing to me if they have him replaced with a guy. I assume he'll be like, I'm gonna.
That was close. That was close. I admired the attempt.
Yeah.
I admired the attempt. Nolan, anything else you want to say to the people? About part one, and we're coming back and we're talking about part two, and that's going to be a more complete conversation.
Alabasta just has everything that One Piece was leading up until this arc. I think that's why it's a lot of why initially this was going to be one of the last arcs, if not the last arc, for a period of time that he planned it, because it has everything that One Piece had up until then. It has some tragedy, it has sad backstories, funny moments, good action, creative action, and also just a good tone, and also set up for the future and for world building as a whole, because I think as we go forward, there's just going to be more and more, and nothing is ever really forgotten in the series. So there's a relevance to a lot of things, and it's very impressive in its own right, in that they're able to match up to hundreds of chapters beforehand, and then at least find some level of decent relevance that keeps the story interesting, as well as keeping it as engaging. And things, I'll say the structure of Alabasta is similar for the structure for a lot of different arcs, but it's in how they even get to that point to begin with, and like
Right.
because it's a very character driven story at the end of the day.
Right.
It's very character driven.
Right.
Like they don't do anything. Like things happen to them because of, like they have consequences to their actions, and I think that's an example of like the bounty system. Like obviously their bounties are going to go up if they take out one of the 7 warlords of the sea,
Mhm.
but it's also in finding out what it means if they do take out one of the 7 warlords and they expose them for all this bullshit. And what does that mean for the wider world of the world of One Piece, in that the one of the 7 warlords is actually planning to take over a whole country.
Mhm.
So I think like especially after this arc is when the world really kind of opens up a bit more.
Hmm.
But it's very subtle, but it's very in your face at the same time. It's very interesting in how it executes these ideas.
I'm
excited.
excited, man. I'm excited. I really enjoyed this.
Alabasta's cool.
I'm really excited to finish Alabasta as well, because that's where right around the time I stopped reading. So after we get done going through Alabasta, I'll be in
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll be in the dark.
Yeah.
So that's gonna do it for our discussion on the first half. Stay tuned for part 2 of Alabasta. And, keep watching the videos, keep liking the videos. Let us know in the comments below any thoughts, any comments
Time to ring the bell.
that you have to ring the bell for sure.
If
Ring
we've done well.
the
That's
bell
cool.
if we've done well as well. And yeah, let us know how you feel about Alabasta, this part specifically. What are some of your standout moments, some highlights for you? And thank you for being here. And thank you for still continuing to watch and listen. If you're still here
Thank you.
watching and listening, thank you so much. Before we go, though, we do have to shout out and thank our wonderful, amazing, beautiful, our Patreon members. And as they slide into frame right now, I'll let Megan take it away.
Oh man, what can I say? I mean, if you guys, you guys are like, what are they called? The little seals?
Baby
The
seals.
dugongs.
What is it?
Dugong.
Dugongs?
They're like the Kung Fu.
I wish you guys would.
Yeah.
You guys are. I'm learning a lot from you guys. And you guys are. Why are you guys not adding anything?
Well,
I
I'm
love
not
you guys
allowed
so.
to-
You're
You're
go
not
ahead.
allowed. Oh, you're not allowed to talk anymore. I wish I could wrap my hands in a hug like Nico Robin with you guys.
Sick. Do the hand thing, like the hand thing for the scroll. No, like
What? Wow, what if she went to
the names are scrolling.
That's what
Thank
she
you
does,
for
yeah.
all of your support.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody whose names you see scrolling on the screen here.
What would you call
Keep going.
them?
I would call them our Patreon fruit
Oh,
members. Thank you. You guys are the best. And if you'd like to become a Patreon member, of course, you can always help support us by going to patreon.com/volume1pod. Thank you, everybody. And if you can't, at this current moment in your life, find it in your wallet to support us financially, then don't worry about that because there's other options. Cody, what are some of those other
Well,
options?
I'm gonna let you know what an option is, and it's to join a conglomerate, a pirate crew of folks called the Algorithm Gang.
Mm.
Now, Nolan,
Mm-hmm.
what you're probably do you have?
Like, how do I even access this?
So what? Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. How do I even how do I join the algorithm game?
Yar, you want to join the crew, eh?
Yarg.
Yarg, indeed. So what you can do is you can just to join the algorithm. You can comment literally anything. Maybe we could set up a game in each episode,
Oh, yeah.
a specific theme. How about in this one, you comment who you think would win in a fight between Tony and Luffy.
Okay.
And
sure.
just comment who you think would Winnie. And that'd be one. You can comment a period. We don't care. What you could do is you could click the refresh button like 5 times. Now that counts as 5 views.
Oh.
So
I don't know.
why don't you just go ahead and
Is that true?
that used to work.
I don't
Wow.
know.
Well, but, figure out ways around the system. I like
Yeah,
it.
We'll do
yeah.
that. You can ring the bell because we never remember to say that. Or
They're
you
your
can-
only hope.
Yeah, and you're like, but like, what? Even giving a thumbs up, does that do anything? It does.
Mhm.
Because it
Uh-huh.
increases engagement in the algorithm, which means we actually get money from that. So you can view that as a little tip, and that's a tip from your old pal
Oh.
Cody D. Ecker, And Nolan.
These
nuts.
These nuts.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Nolan, for joining us again.
Thank you for having me. It's a privilege every
our
time.
Patreon journey, our One Piece journey. Thank you to all of our Patreon members. Thank you to all of anybody who is watching and listening and showing their support. Thank you guys. We love you guys so much. The only thing left to do now, of course, is to get out of here on our outro. That's always the same and never changes, which, of course, today is...
In a while, Crocodile.
Because we didn't do it last time. We did the see you later, alligator.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was good. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, we'll see you in a while, Crocodile.
Oh, Crocodile done.
Oh my god.
He just needed to let one more rip out.
Yeah, he just couldn't help himself, huh? He just had to get one more out, huh?
Cue the music.
It's been cued.
Oh, it's been.
It's already happened. Well, I can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it too. So you can't hear
I
it.
think I'm